Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley, and we are here at Greenwood Stadium, and we're at, I believe it's J.M. King Stadium and Purser Field here at Greenwood, and we're about to take on the second-ranked Greenwood Rangers. Our Fort Stockton Panthers are at 5-3 on the season, 1-1 in district play. Our Panthers lost to Seminole, and then they had a big win over Snyder last week. And now we take on a very tough Greenwood team at their place here tonight. Greenwood is 7-0 on the season and 1-0 in district play, and they have really not been challenged that much. I believe probably their toughest game was against Lubbock Cooper Liberty, but they won that game. And of course, we lost big to Liberty, so it is going to be a very tough opponent. We know that coming into this game, Greenwood, could be the top team in the district. I believe Seminole and Greenwood will face off against each other next week, and that could very well determine the district championship. But we're hoping to knock off the Greenwood Rangers tonight. Fort Stockton's Panthers, again, 5-3 on the year, 1-1 in district, and we will finish up our regular season next week against the Monahans Lobos, and so we're hoping for a victory there next week too. And that would solidify a third place standing in the playoffs, third place in the district, and then we'd go into the playoffs. And so, we probably already clinched a playoff spot with that victory over Snyder last week, but we're looking to play well here tonight against the Rangers. All right, we'll be back in a moment. We've got Coach's Corner coming up here on KFST, and we'll follow that with our pregame show, and we'll be back with Panther football coming up. Here's Coach's Corner.
It's time for Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Join us now for Coach's Corner.
Hello, everyone. This is Ken Ripley, and we're with Coach DJ Howell on Coach's Corner here. And we're going to talk to him about last week's great game against the Snyder Tigers, a big victory in district play, final score 49-15. Coach, what was your overall reaction to that game with the Snyder Tigers?
I thought we played really well. It was a really good response coming off the Seminole game. We had a good week of practice where we emphasized, being able to run the football, making some plays in the passing game, and then taking care of the football. We were able to do those things, and then defensively we had talked about being able to communicate, get lined up, and playing fast and physical, and we did those things. And so very pleased with the response from our football team.
Yeah, Coach, first of all, the Panther offense did really well, generating 49 points in this game. It was 49-0 at one point. So how do you think the offense performed?
They did a great job. When the starting group was in there, we were able to move the football efficiently. And the thing that I liked about it was we were able to translate some things that we thought we saw on film. We got those looks, and then the players were able to execute. And so when you have what you feel like is a good game plan, and then the players are able to go out there and make those things happen, it gives you a great boost of confidence, and going forward you feel like that you're heading in the right direction.
All right, Coach, who were your most outstanding players on offense, would you say? There are a bunch of them.
Well, I think you got to start with Jerry. He made really good decisions with the football, made plays with both his legs and his arms, and so that was a really good starting point. Offensive line obviously did a good job running the football, but then you have Jaden Sotelo. They gave him some man-to-man coverage out there they had him out there one-on-one, and we took some shots. We missed him earlier in the ball game on a go route, but came back and got him on another one. I think we got him on a skinny post, and then he took a hitch to the house too. And so, big plays out of that guy, and it's been like that all year between Jaden and Nikki. Just a lot of really good plays in the passing game.
All right, Coach. Defensively, a great performance again, shutting out Snyder until late in the fourth quarter. Now, granted, there were a couple of long passes we gave up to one of their outstanding receivers, but overall, shutting them out until late in the fourth.
Yeah, on that first drive, played well on first, second down. Then we kind of busted coverage a little bit. And so that was frustrating. And early on in the game, you don't know how it's going to go. And so we give up that pass right there, and you're giving them a little bit of life on that first series. But the defense came up, got a big stand right there. And then the rest of the night really did a good job, especially while the starters were in there, where we just eliminated a lot of their running game. They weren't able to really run it effectively. Had a couple broken plays that got them some yards, but for the most part had great, we put pressure on them. Landon Rivas, he came in, he had 4 sacks. This is a guy that we've been trying to find, kind of a home for him early on in the season. It's been a little bit of try him here, try him there. I know that he was frustrated at points because he wanted to be on the field. We were frustrated because we were trying to find him a spot to get on there. And so it was really good to see him go out there, find a spot that kind of fits his skill set, and then to go out and play well. So I was very happy for him.
Yeah, Landon doing a good job with the blitz. And what about the most outstanding players on defense?
Yeah, I think Landon, obviously, for one, then all the defensive linemen up front, those guys did a really nice job. I think, Nicky gets a lot of attention for what he does offensively, but defensively at safety does a really, really nice job. But I think Landon, Fabian Ramirez, Adrian Ramirez, those were guys that showed up on film and consistently had a good evening. And then those defensive guys, all the defensive linemen with Christian and Card and, Roy, they all showed up and made plays at some point during the game. And so we had consistent pressure on the quarterback, and that was great.
All right, and what about special teams performance and our return game?
Diego did a good job, and then same guys you're talking about. You talk about Nicky and Jaden in the return game. They did a very nice job, and I just felt like we were able to compete on all phases of in special teams, whether it was punt return. We did a nice job of communicating. There's little things like if it's a short punt, being able to get away from those things and not have them bounce into you and create a turnover. We did a good job of fielding balls, not giving away yards. Like they were in a quick hit punt situation. And so what they try to do is they give you a look like they're going to go for it, and then they punt the ball out of there. And so we did a good job on punt return communicating that and getting back and fielding one of those punts, which was one of the ones that Nicky ran back. And it was a deal where we lined up like we were playing defense, forced them to punt it, and Nicky was able to rotate back late, and we got that one. And then Diego, the holding and the kicking on the extra points was exceptionally good.
All right, Coach, and there's always areas for improvement. What are the main areas to focus on for improvement this week?
One of the things we talked about is pass protection this week. We're getting better in all phases of the game. I thought offensive line play was a point of emphasis last week. It's a point of emphasis this week. But I thought we showed a lot of improvement, and we'll have to continue to do that as we move forward here into some of these bigger games as we get later in the regular season and into the playoffs. But I think pass protection is a big point of emphasis this week. We need to give Jerry time and the receivers time to have some of these routes concepts that we're running to develop.
Okay, we'll be back in just a moment with more Coach's Corner right after this.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099. Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order, 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945.
All right, we're back on segment 2 of Coach's Corner with Panther head coach DJ Howell. Coach, let's talk about this week's opponent, and it's the Greenwood Rangers. What do you know about this ball club?
You know, Coach Hill does a really good job over there, and his entire coaching staff on both offense, defense, special teams. They're well coached. They have good athletes and just very fundamentally sound. I think that's the thing that jumps off the screen when you're watching them on film is that, you know, they do a lot of little things right. You know, I don't know if they have really good players, but what sticks out to me is that they have really good players that do things well. And so it's not just a roll the ball out there and they kind of just, you know, out-athlete you. It's not that. They have talent, lots of it. But more than that, they execute a system, and, you know, you can tell they've been very well coached.
So they do it very well. And, Coach, this is a team that's undefeated at 7-0 on the season, and having played a fairly tough schedule. And we've seen their scores. I want to ask you how they performed this season, but, you know, have they really been challenged yet?
You know, I think they have. Actually, when you go back and look at the Lubbock Liberty film, early on in the ball game, Lubbock Liberty's moving the football pretty much kind of going up and down the field with it, and they did some really good things. And we played Lubbock Liberty, very good football club that I feel like's well coached as well. I think there was a point where Midland Greenwood started making some plays, had some splash plays, and then they were able to kind of separate themselves from Lubbock Liberty. But that, to me, I think, one, shows you that Lubbock is a very good football team, and that thing was closer, especially early on, than the score kind of indicated later. But it shows also that Midland Greenwood does a really good job of, you know, they're not just a front-running team where things are going well and they play well. They had a lot of grit and resiliency to where when it was a close ball game against a good ball club, they were able to dig down, find a way to make some plays. And so just think they're very well-rounded.
Okay, Coach, what kind of offense and defense are we going to see from Greenwood tonight?
You know, offensively, they're going to give you some spread looks, but they also bring in a quarterback and they give you a tight end look. Sometimes it's an ineligible tight end look where they cover the guy up and they make you as a defense understand, you know, who's eligible and who's not. So they test you in that regard. They also have some RPO action and quarterback run game that he's a very dynamic player, but he's really good at throwing the ball too. And I'm not talking about just shot plays deep. I mean, he's very consistent in the intermediate and underneath routes. He can throw the ball deep, and then he does a really good job with his legs. So,
wow, sounds like a lot to defend. So, Coach, who are the standouts for the Rangers?
Yeah, and number 0 on defense, he's their inside linebacker. Does a really nice job. And, you know, they give you a 4-man front. Sometimes they walk up and give you a 6-man front and bring pressure off the edge. They rotate and disguise their defense a little bit, but just athletic all over the place, and just got really good receivers on the offensive side of the ball. And I don't know that they're exceptionally big up front on the offensive line. They're big, but they're not – they're probably not the biggest team we've seen all year up front, but they're big enough, and they're just very disciplined and technique sound to go along with that talent and size. And so just and I think you see that throughout their roster, and that is talented, but the thing that separates them from some other teams is that they're very disciplined and well coached.
And Coach, I've noticed about Greenwood over the years that even under multiple coaching staffs, they always seem to have a very, very solid defense that's hard to move the ball on.
Yeah, it's because they do a lot of the things that you want to do or that I've been a part of when I've had really good defenses and what we're striving to do here at Fort Stockton, in that they can get lined up, they communicate really well. You can tell that they've been in the weight room, and so they're big and athletic, and then they're where they're supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to do, and that's a sign of players that are very coachable and coaches doing a really good job. And then, like I said, the added part about it is they're really good too athletically. So, yeah.
Well, Brian Hill is their coach at Greenwood. I don't know how many years he's been there, but obviously he's doing a good job this year.
Absolutely. And I've had some interactions with him, and we've talked and stuff, and he's been a very professional, good guy to talk to on the phone. We're kind of working through some of this weather stuff and, how the thing's going to play out and all those things. And he's been exceptionally professional, and we've talked about a few other things that we've, as athletic directors, and he's just done things in the right way. And so I have a great deal of respect for him and his staff.
Okay, we'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment.
Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order, 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945. La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
All right, we're back with Coach DJ Howell, segment 3 of Coach's Corner. Coach, what are the keys to getting a win in this ball game for the Panthers? It would be a huge upset.
Yeah, I think first of all, you've got to understand you're coming into a ball game playing the number 2 team in the state. We've had a couple other games where we played ranked teams, and we didn't play particularly well. So you can't shy away from that. I mean, it's a challenge that we have ahead of us. But for Fort Stockton to get to the point where we're beating these ranked teams and that we're one of those ranked teams, you got to embrace the challenge of it. And you have got to believe that if you go out and play things one play at a time, and don't look at it as, this whole 4-quarter deal, you look at it one play at a time. If we can go out and focus on doing our job each and every play and then just rolling to the next play, then what you can do is you look up in the third quarter and next thing you know, you're in this tight ball game and it just becomes a football game at that point. And so I think that's the approach that we've taken all week is what do we need to do to be the best version of ourselves this week irregardless of opponent, place, or score. And those are the things that you can control. And so that's what we're really focused on this week is the things that we can control, which is doing your job, and the kind of things we talk about every week. But you really got to bear down to play each play individually, and then you move on to the next one. And like I said, you do that, get a couple breaks here go your way, and then that's how you get in a ball game and have a chance.
Well, Coach, I don't know how they compare offensively to Seminole. We had, a lot of trouble containing the short passing game of Seminole. How does this Greenwood offense compare to that?
I think they're different in that Seminole, they throw the ball out on the edge and they use some of those quick screens and different things like that, which Greenwood can do that. But that's not really who they are. They run the football more than Seminole does, I believe. And then they also can do some of the things that Seminole does in the passing game. It's a little different schematically, but you're going to get some of that quick passing game, and you're going to get more running game, I think, out of Greenwood than you will, especially quarterback-wise. And so I think we looked at what we did defensively that week, and, I think there's some elements of it that I think are good, but we didn't execute some of those things at the right level. We need to coach it better, need to play it better, all those things. And then I think, with the way that Greenwood is unique from Seminole, you're going to have to play it a little bit differently in some situations as well.
Well, Coach, and what about our offensive game plan against this Greenwood defense now?
First of all, they can give you some man coverages and zone coverages, so you got to be prepared for both of those things. You also got to come in and you got to find a way to get a running game going at some point. That doesn't mean you run into a brick wall. If they give us a favorable box and things where we sit there and go, hey, we need to be able to run against that, then we've got to execute that. We put in a couple things that I think can help us offensively in the run game. A couple wrinkles. And then the other thing is we have got to make big plays in the passing game that, kind of gives you a couple plays. And so we started doing some of that stuff with Snyder, had some of those plays against Big Spring, and then, we did not have as many of those things in Seminole. Part of that's who you're playing, but part of it is we got to execute. And so I think we're getting better. We've kind of looked at this week going through to the first playoff game. That's a 4-week span of practices. And we have said to ourselves, how much better can we get over the next 4 weeks to where when we get to the playoffs and we play that game that we're ready to go? And so it's a big picture we're looking at, and it's a really good test with Midland Greenwood. And so I think that's going to elevate just our level of play because we need to be successful in this game.
Okay, Coach, how's our injury situation right now?
We're doing good. I think we're going to get some help back next week, but this week, pretty much we have the same starters that we had last week. Stayed fairly healthy in that game. We were able to pull a bunch of people out in the Snyder game early in the third quarter. And this is a point that I want to make is that going back to last week, when we were up 49-0, I think that is a really good point to where some of your younger guys and some of your guys that are not getting as much playing time need to be in the ball game.
Yeah.
Whether you win a game 100-0 or 49-15, it's irrelevant.
That's right.
But what is relevant is that the players that are on this football team that come to practice every day that contribute to us being successful, that they're treated with respect and that they're rewarded for their hard work. And so when we got to a certain point in the third quarter, I felt like we needed to play people that have earned that right. And I was very happy for them, and I was very happy for the starters doing their job to get those guys on the field. And that's how you build programs and get people better.
Yeah, that was a great job, Coach. And also you got a UAL commendation, you and your staff, for good sportsmanship this past week from the UIL, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I want to give credit to other people. I think as a head coach that you're going to absorb criticism, and that comes with the job. and you also are going to get complimented when things are going well. And so I think it's important that the people that are doing a good job hear you say that. And so our secretary here, and Selena Almendares, she does a great job of handling multitude of things, and part of that is receiving the officials in when they come here. Michael Pullis, who's our athletic trainer, does a great job with getting our kids healthy and ready to go, but he also helps accommodate the officials when they come in. So they did a great job from that standpoint. I think the assistant coaches on this football team do a good job of interacting with the officials. We do not do a bunch of the silly stuff with them. I mean, do we fight for our players and different things like that? Absolutely. That's our job, and the officials understand that. But we don't talk disrespectfully to them. We don't say things that would be across the line. And when we're advocating for our players, we advocate with passion about it, but in a respectful tone. And then our players, same deal. You know, this is a extremely aggressive and physical sport, and we expect our kids to go out and play that way and compete at a very high level. And so there's a competitive nature to it. But we try to instill with them that there's still a way you behave, there's still a way you interact with other people. And for the UIL to single that out for all those people is a testament to our school district. It's a testament to our players, and I'm just very happy about that.
All right, Coach, we'll be on the road tonight traveling to Greenwood. How will that affect the game, and weather may affect the game as well?
Well, the travel part of it, other than trying to get from Odessa to Midland in the traffic, that's an obstacle in and of itself. But really, the traveling, I think we do a good job of handling that. I think the kids kind of sometimes don't mind getting on the bus and just going. The logistics of it, you know, we do a good job with our staff of trying to get everything planned out, the meals and all that stuff. Coach Espino does a really good job of helping with some of that stuff. But the biggest thing, probably the weather. We have a 7 o'clock kickoff. We had actually talked about maybe moving it up and all those things. And when the weather reports came in, you know, that's not going to help. And we're prepared that we might have to back the kickoff up a little or back a little bit. But we anticipate getting the game in a timely fashion and trying to do it as smoothly as possible.
All right, Coach, I know you want to invite all the Panther fans to travel to Greenwood tonight, support our Panther football team. We always have a good Fort Stockton following.
Yeah, and we've had good crowds our entire season. Had a great crowd last week for our Pink Out game. They traveled well to Seminole. And so I think we've got a lot of really good things going on. This season is we're having success. And so I encourage everybody to come out to the game, stay on the bandwagon. And, you know, there's ups and downs in every football season, but we've had more than our fair share of ups, and I think that will continue. And so we just got to keep pounding the rock and have everybody supporting us, and we're going to end up in a good spot.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight against the Greenwood Rangers, and we'll see you next week from Monahans.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you and your radio station do for us.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for Coach's Corner, and I'm Ken Ripley for KFST.
You have been listening to Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you this season by Spring Branch Waterwell Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. It's time for the pregame show, brought to you by Bayou Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Let's join Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges now for the pregame show.
Good evening, everyone. Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges from J.M. King Memorial Stadium here in Greenwood and Bob Purser Field. I guess it's Bob, right? Wasn't it Bob?
Yeah. What about Bob?
Anyway, well, it's Purser Field. It's named after him. And now we're here for a game between the Fort Stockton Panthers and the second-ranked Greenwood Rangers. They're second in the state. They're undefeated at 7-0. They beat Monahans handily last week, and they're 1-0 in district because I think they had a bye the first round of district play. Now they will play Seminole, I believe, next, and then they'll finish off with Snyder during our open week. So that's Greenwood's schedule. And Fort Stockton, we have a 5-3 record, 1-1 in district play. And we'll play Greenwood tonight and finish our regular season with Monahans next week at home.
Well, it is, and I guess the schools we've lost to are a lot bigger than Fort Stockton. But it's a big game for the Panthers, and we want to improve and get ready for the playoffs because, really, realistically, it looks like we're going to come in third, maybe second in the district, so probably third.
Okay, so yeah, and that's a pretty good view of it, I think, Darren, and that would be quite an accomplishment for the Panthers, I think, especially under first-year head coach DJ Howell. And the Panthers have played really well, especially, that game last week against Snyder. We were leading that game 49-0 before we put second and third stringers in there, and Snyder did score a couple of late touchdowns. So it was a great game for the Panthers.
Well, we've come a long way since week 1 against Lakeview, where we made a lot of mistakes, and we have improved every week. In 2 of the last 3 games, we've had 0 turnovers.
All right, we'll be back in a moment. Darren has got your starters for the Panthers coming up. We'll be back on our pregame show after this.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, Western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
All right, we're back with our pregame show. And, Darren, let's take a look now at the starters for the Fort Stockton Panthers.
All right, starting on offense for Fort Stockton, number 0, running back Nick Almendarz. He's a 5'8" senior. At at halfback, number 6, Cedric Lopez, a 5'9" senior. We've got at number 10, Angel Lujan. He's a 5'9", 142-pound receiver. At quarterback, number 11, Jerry Diaz, a 5'9", 220-pound senior. At receiver, number 21, Jaden Sotelo, a 5'7", 151-pound senior. Another receiver, number 23, Nicky Sotelo, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore. Left tackle will be number 55, Roy Marcus, a 5'9", 201-pound junior. Right tackle, number 56, Jose Baisa, a 5'9", 218-pound senior. Left guard, number 58, Ethan Guerra, a 5'9", 220-pound senior. Right guard, number 72, J.J. Montoya, 6'2", 282-pound junior. And at center, number 75, Cy Rojas. He's a 6'2", 217-pound senior. Our kicker and punter will be number 9, Diego Ramos, a 5'8", 165-pound senior.
All right, and we do not have the starters for Greenwood tonight. We've got their roster, but not the starters. Their coach did not give them to us. So we'll take a break here, and we'll get back to the rest of our starters here on the pregame show right after this.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
All right, we're back here on our pregame show, Darren, and like we said, Coach Brian Hill did not give us the starters for the Rangers, but we do know their starting quarterback is going to be Lincoln Madrid, and he is a senior. Their starting running back, I believe, is Nathaniel Romero, and he is a senior. All right, so Darren, let's get to the defense for the Fort Stockton Panthers tonight.
All right, starting on defense. At free safety, number 2, Jordan Olvero. He's a 5'2", 140-pound senior. Linebacker, number 3, Christian Bislar, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. Another linebacker, number 4, Fabian Ramirez, a 5'7", 160-pound senior. At cornerback, number 5, Anthony Cortez, a 5'7", 140-pound senior. At linebacker, number 7, Landon Rivas, a 5'7", 160-pound senior. Another linebacker, number 8, Alan Leyva, a 5'11", 180-pound senior. Cornerback, number 9, Diego Ramos, a 5'8", 165-pound senior. At strong safety, number 23, Nicky Sotelo, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore. At defensive end, number 55, Roy Marcus, a 5'9", 201-pound junior. Nose guard, number 63, Cariel Rojero, a 5'8", 180-pound senior. And defensive end, number 66, Moises Villarreal, a 5'7", 218-pound senior.
Well, Darren, I tell you, we're looking at I was looking at the crowds from both sides. It looks like Fort Stockton at this point has about as many fans as Greenwood does, and this is a home game for them. Now, maybe some of their fans are a little late arriving, but we got a lot of fans here compared to Greenwood, I'd say.
You know, when I was in junior high and we would lose a lot of games, we still had lots of fans always show up.
Yeah.
On the road, it'd be, we've always, I think, had very good fans.
All right, we'll be back. We've got the Panther football game kickoff coming up from J.M. King Stadium here in Greenwood. We'll be back in a moment.
You have been listening to the Pregame Show with Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. The Pregame Show has been brought to you by Bella Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Stay tuned for Fort Stockton Panther Kickoff.
It's time now for Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and KFST's YouTube page. Panther football is being brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank,
Cassie Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance Agency, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place in Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football also brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oil Field Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture Appliance, and by BBT. Now stay tuned for Panther football. All right, we're back here at the stadium, and we're getting ready for the kickoff of tonight's game. Darren, we were a little bit antsy about the weather and what the weather situation was going to be, but man, it's just partly cloudy here in Greenwood. All that rain and the thunderstorms went to the south of this area, and so we're going to have a really nice conditions for tonight's game.
Yeah, I even think it may have warmed up to a degree or two because the sun has come in. But, it's a great night for football.
Well, it was 60 when we got here. It's 65 now. Sun about to go down now, but winds are out of the south at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies, partly to mostly cloudy, and the relative humidity is 82%. Is still very wet. But, they did have some rain here earlier in the day. But right now, we haven't had rain in quite a while, and we're not going to have any lightning threat tonight, I don't believe.
No, I don't think so. It looks like, again, it's just going to be a nice night for football. They've got some good food over in the concession stand.
Yep.
And they've been the band barbecues.
Yes.
And they've got some pretty good eats.
All right, so we'll be back. We've got the kickoff of tonight's game coming up from Greenwood. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey Panther fans, this is Rudy Franco with Amistad Motors, inviting you to come out and take a look at our pre-owned inventory. We have a good selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have several certified pre-owned units that come with an extended warranty. So if you are in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, drive on over to 2110 West Dickinson or give us a call at 336-9000. Amistad Motors, friends serving friends. Go Blue!
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenido's Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday, it's Bienvenido's nachos. Thursday, it's the hamburger basket. And Friday, it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenido's open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
This is Dakota Livesay for the Pecos County State Bank. As with anything valuable, trust is earned. The Pecos County State Bank has been earning trust in West Texas for over 85 years. Trust is a cornerstone of our business. You trust us with your money, your personal business, and your life. We live up to that trust every day. At the Pecos County State Bank, you will find reliability, honesty, and safety. You will find trust. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Cassie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
All right, we're back. The coin toss is being held. It looks like Greenwood won the toss. And let's see, has Greenwood elected to defer? I'm not sure. Looks like Fort Stockton will be kicking off to the Greenwood Rangers. And Greenwood will be defending the east goal, Fort Stockton the western goal here tonight. So that's the coin toss, and we're about ready for the kickoff.
I'm ready. I'm ready to start. Yeah, this is one of the few fields that runs east and west instead of north and south.
And we'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson.
All right, we're back with more Panther football, and the Panthers will be kicking off to the Rangers, and the Rangers will have the ball first. It'll be Diego Ramos kicking to the Rangers, who are defending the western goal, and it'll be Dylan Payton, one of the return men, and I believe it's Hayden McNutt, the other deep man, standing at about the 13-yard line.
You don't say.
That I do say.
Well, let's see.
All right.
You know, he kicks a short ball, pop up, deep ball. Let's see what we get.
All right, here's Diego with the kick, and it is going fairly deep down to the 6-yard line, and it's taken by, I believe, McNutt, and he is stuck right there. Really nice tackle, particularly by Fabian Ramirez, but also Aiden Ibarra was in on that tackle, and that's pretty nice coverage on the return game, and they will bring it out to around the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it really was. He caught that, I think, inside the 5 and took off running. Got a pretty good jump, but really our coverage team did a nice job.
It really did. About a 19-yard return for the Rangers, and here they come out on offense. And the first starting quarterback, Lincoln Madrid, I believe, number 1, and he will hand it off. And there's a nice hole. And I tell you, that running back breaks tackles. He is going to be gone down the sideline on the first play of the ball game. Number 5, Nathaniel Romero, really strong run breaking tackles. And he had a 76-yard run for a touchdown.
Wow, that's fast. And really, you know, it's just a run up the middle, but good blocking up front. And once he got past the initial part, he got to the left sideline, and we just didn't touch him. Showed a lot of speed on that.
Oh, yeah, he showed a lot of speed and a lot of leg strength just breaking those tackles there. And now they have a very interesting setup here for the 2-point conversion, and they've got the 2-point conversion as well. And Greenwood leads this game already 8-0 on 2 plays. We'll be back with more Panther football right after this.
The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iran. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600.
All right, we're back with the kickoff for the Greenwood Rangers. Dylan Payton, a senior, will be kicking off for Greenwood after they score on a 76-yard touchdown run on the first play, and then they have a 2-point conversion. It is 8-0. Here's an onside kick, and that goes out of bounds just before Greenwood got to it. And they flag on the play at the 48-yard line of the Panthers, and that's going to give the Panthers good field position to start this drive.
Really is, and it's kind of a surprise onside kick.
Yeah,
up 8-0. I was fooled, but I guess it's a good strategy. But I'll take the field position.
Okay, we will have a 5-yard penalty marked off against Greenwood for kicking the ball out of bounds. And we were kind of lucky that it went out of bounds and so quickly. It is 1st and 10 now for the Panthers at the Greenwood 47-yard line. Good field position to start for Fort Stockton. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun for the Panthers. We have 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. Diaz takes the shotgun snap, a pass out into the flat, dropped by Nick Almendares, and it was a good pass right into his hands, just dropped, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 now after the incomplete pass. Our BBT score 8-0. Greenwood on top.
Well, that's kind of like a handoff there, a little swing pass and a short swing pass. The linemen all dipped down, and but we just didn't catch it.
2nd down and 10 at the Fort Stockton or at the Greenwood 47. That pass is batted down by one of those Greenwood linemen. I believe it was Lane Wasson who batted it down, and that forces another incomplete pass. And it's now 3rd down and 10 for the Panthers.
Well, we need a 1st down. We've got this great field position, and see if we can pick up 8, 9, 10 yards right here.
Cedric Lopez comes in at receiver on the far side. Nicky Sotelo is on this side, along with Adrian Ramirez at receiver. 3rd down and 10. And here's the shotgun snap. And, boy, that looked like a hold on us, but I believe maybe we got away with it. And here's a pass complete down to the 26-yard line for the Panthers. Great job there. That'll be a 21-yard gain and a 1st down for Fort Stockton, and a nice catch, I believe, by
Cedric Lopez.
Cedric Lopez, yes, who they
6.
just had brought in for this play. Now it's 1st and 10 at the Greenwood 26-yard line. Here's a high snap, and the handoff goes to Almendares, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage and then wrestled down as he tries to break some tackles, but there is no gain on that play. That's the first running play that we've had of the ball game, and it gains nothing. It's now 2nd and 10.
I thought he got to the 25 and before he was thrown back, but very short gain. But they mark it as no gain.
All right, 2nd and 10 at the Greenwood 26-yard line. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. And Diaz with a long snap count, getting everybody set up at the line of scrimmage. Here's a good snap, and he's being rushed, and here goes Jerry right up the middle. He slides down before contact. About a 3-yard pickup for Jerry there, and it will bring up 3rd and about 7.
I think he could have taken that guy. I think he was bigger than number 42, but he went down, and we'll see if we can pick up this 1st down. We made the last 3rd and long.
We did, so it is now 3rd and 7 for the Panthers. And we're at the 23-yard line of the Greenwood Rangers. This drive was set up with good field position with an onside kick by Greenwood that went out of bounds. All right, here's the fake handoff. Now Jerry will keep it, and he's going to be brought down at the 21-yard line. And just a couple of yards gained on that play, and that's about it.
Yeah, once again.
So it'll be 4th and 5.
I'm not sure we got the greatest spot on either one of those runs, but I think we're going to try a field goal right here. Field goal kicker is on.
Diego Ramos will be kicking. Nick Almendares will be the holder. Looks like we're going to put the tee down around the 28-yard line. So a 38-yard field goal for the Panthers here in the 1st quarter. Diego Ramos will try the field goal from the 28-yard line. 38-yard field goal. And here is a low kick.
Man.
Very low kick by Diego. It will not be any good. So we've got a timeout here on the field for the moment as it goes over on downs. After the missed field goal, we'll be back in a moment.
Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
All right, we come back, and Greenwood's quarterback keeps it, He is around the right side and is following his blockers. He has got a long run for another Greenwood touchdown. 2 plays offensively and 2 touchdowns for Greenwood. That one 79 yards, but there's a flag at the 30-yard line, and this is a penalty against Greenwood. It's a hold against the Rangers, and thank goodness that that will bring that play back.
Well, that was, again, I tell you what, a lot of speed. They get to the outside, and we're not catching them.
That's right. They are really fast. He was following his blockers, Darren, but, we tried to tackle him but couldn't do it. And so this is a spot foul for a hold on Greenwood.
Yeah, I think they
and it's going to be a repeat of first down. And let's see, are they marking it off from the original line of scrimmage? I think.
No, it must have been
it's
downfield.
a spot foul.
Yeah, it was downfield, I guess. Maybe probably a receiver blocking on the end.
All right, so it is really a penalty that nets only about 2 yards. All right, here's Greenwood. They're keeping the ball again with the quarterback. And I tell you, they almost held again right there, it looked like. But
there was a block in the back on Nicky. He was chasing the play, and the guy really hit him in the back.
Well, that's going to be another Greenwood first down. And that's going to be a gain of about 14 yards. It's going to be first, and there's a penalty coming in. And I'm not sure. This looks like, is it coming from the sideline?
I know. I'm not sure what. They really hit Nicky in the back, and I don't know if our coach said something or pointed that out, but there was a hit in the back that was right there at the play.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if they called this on our bench or what, but there were some words being exchanged there along the sideline. There's a sideline warning on Fort Stockton. So, I guess the referee on this near side did not like some of the words coming out, but they flagged us for a side. They didn't flag. No penalty is assessed, just a sideline warning. Here's a long pass downfield, and it is incomplete. And good coverage there by Fort Stockton. They do not flag us for interference. I believe that might have been, was it Cedric Lopez on the coverage,
or
was it Alan?
Number 9, Diego.
Diego Ramos, okay, good job. Good job, Diego. And that's an incomplete pass. The first pass thrown tonight by Greenwood. It is now 2nd and 10. And here they are with a handoff up the middle, and there's Nicky Sotelo, got him first, and that will be spotted ahead for about a 5-yard gain for Greenwood. Other than the incomplete pass, one of the better defensive plays tonight for Fort Stockton. A 5-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Greenwood at their own 39-yard line. 2 receivers on one side, 1 on the other. That's an offsides, it looks like, on the Panthers. Completed pass down to the 49-yard line. That would be a 12-yard gain. And I believe we jumped offsides. They'll probably decline that and take the play for a first down.
Yeah, we try to anticipate the count, got stuck on the hard count, and nice completion. They'll take the play over the penalty.
Greenwood with the hurry-up offense. They're already coming up to the line of scrimmage at the 49, 1st and 10. They have to wait until the chains are set. Nicky Sotelo comes in late. It's 1st down and 10, ball at the 49-yard line, Greenwood territory. They lead the game 8-0. That's your BBT score. Now here's Greenwood's quarterback in the shotgun. Fake handoff and a completed pass to number 15, Hayden McNutt. And that's an 8-yard gain. And it'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Rangers.
I didn't think I thought you ran the clock on out-of-bounds plays till the last few minutes, and they stopped it.
2nd down and 2 for the Rangers at the Panther 43-yard line. Greenwood in the shotgun once again. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Quarterback back to throw. He's being rushed, and now he throws it downfield. It is caught, and then an immediate tackle by Nicky Sotelo. That's down to the 36-yard line. The 26 at about a 14-yard gain on the pass play. Another first down for Greenwood. First and 10 at the Panther 26-yard line. Pass out into the right flat, complete, and they break tackles for a first down to the 15-yard line. That'll be an 11-yard completion for another Greenwood first down. And there's a Panther down right now on the field on the far side. So we'll take an injury timeout. We'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, Darren, we're back. Diego Ramos is walking all the way back across the field from the far side under his own power. We sure hope Diego is okay. And here's Greenwood now coming back to the line of scrimmage. They've got a 1st and 10 at the Panther, looks like the 15-yard line. They lead 8-0 here in the first quarter. And here are the Rangers faking the handoff and then turning to the opposite side for a throw, and it is caught. And that is number 4 with the touchdown, Dylan Payton, with a 15-yard touchdown.
Well, they had some runs and quite a few passes on that drive. And they're working this swinging gate. We'll see if they go for 2 again or if we're ready for it.
All right, Greenwood now leading 14-0, and Greenwood now coming back into a more conventional formation for the extra point kick. And number 4 is their kicker, the same guy that scored the touchdown, Dylan Payton. And Payton, his kick is good. It was close to being off to the right, but it was good. And Greenwood now leads 15-0 over the Panthers. We'll be back with more Panther football in the first quarter right after this.
Hey, Fort Stockton. Hungry for a deal that satisfies every craving? K-Bob Steakhouse has you covered with a 2 for $20 meal deal. That's right, choose a starter like crispy potato skins, cheesy quesadilla or zesty fried pickles, and pair it with an entree. The juicy 6-ounce sirloin, crispy catfish platter, or maybe the hearty chicken fried steak. The choice is yours. Your entree also comes with your choice of sides, baked potato fries, or green beans, all for $20. So grab your friends, family, or come solo and treat yourself at K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton. Come by today. If you or your spouse have been thinking about pre-planning your funerals, Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend has some very important news. Now is the best time to plan for your eternity and take the financial burden off your loved ones. If you already have a plan, let them review it with you. At Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend, they'll work with you so that your final requests are personalized just for you. Call or come by today at 301 North Main or message them on Facebook.
6:22 left in the first quarter, Darren, and we find ourselves down 15-0 to Greenwood. And it'll be Jaden Sotelo and Nikki Sotelo back to return this kick. But Greenwood is electing to kick the ball short, and we took it at about the 25-yard line for about a 2-yard return is all. So they are keeping the ball away on the kickoff, away from Nikki and Jaden.
Yeah, I don't think they want to get hurt in the return game because that's really been one of the strengths of our team is our return game has been both punt and kickoff returns.
Yes, that's true.
Both Sotelos.
Well, all right, so this will be the
our second drive.
Second possession for the Panthers. Greenwood has scored on both of theirs. They've got 2 touchdowns, a 76-yard run, and a 15-yard passing play. And they had a 2-point conversion, so they lead it 15-0 over the Panthers.
Yeah, we had a chance at about a 36, 7-yard field goal and just mishit it. Because there's a penalty, and they're going to kick it again.
Oh, okay. And this your BBT score, again, 15-0, Greenwood on top of the Panthers here in the first quarter. We do have a penalty, and Greenwood will kick it off from 5 yards deeper, so it is a 5-yard penalty for the Rangers.
I think what happens is their kicker, first time he hit an onside kick, he kind of goes up slow, and then I think it threw off the timing of their coverage team, and one of their guys took off early because once again he kind of slowed down and then just pooch kicked it.
All right, so Greenwood will be kicking off again, and I believe their kicker is Dylan Payton, who is the guy who caught that pass a moment ago for the touchdown for them. It was a really good catch.
Well, it looks like he may try to kick this one a little deeper.
All right, we'll see what happens. Here's Greenwood with the kick, and it will be a little bit longer kick. Yes, it'll be taken by Jaden Sotelo, and Jaden will have the ball up beyond the 30 to about the 32 or 3 yard line, and a nice return of about 18 yards.
Was a nice return. Good job. He fielded it on the hop. But we need a nice long drive for a touchdown.
We do.
How about a 6-minute drive for a touchdown?
Yeah, that'd be great. Here in the first quarter, 6:11 to go. Greenwood on top, 15-0. That's your BBT score. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at our own 32-yard line. Nick Almendares is the running back. We've got Jerry Diaz at quarterback. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Greenwood comes back up to the line of scrimmage. A good catch there. That might be Mason May. I believe it is. Mason May catching the ball at about the 37-yard line, and a pickup of around 5 yards on that play.
You know, I think that's what's going to be available. Greenwood plays well off. They try to keep everything in front and then come up and make a hit, and I think we could maybe dink and dunk a bunch of 5-yard passes until they come up and then maybe go over the top.
2nd down and 5. Ball at the 36-yard line of the Panthers now. And here's the Panthers, a delayed, no, it'll be a fake handoff, and Jerry Diaz will have a nice first down out to the 47-yard line.
Nice job. That's going to be a Cactus Health first down for the Panthers. That's our 2nd first down of this game. Is there a...
That is a Cactus Health first down. It's 1st down and 10 at the 47-yard line now of the Panthers. All right, here's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. He takes it on the snap, and here's the completion again to May. And
that's Nicky.
Yeah, that is Nicky Sotelo. Sorry about that. It's a 23, not a 28. And he has got a 7-yard, maybe an 8-yard pass completion. We'll call it 7.
I really like that play call on first down. They're really playing way off our receivers.
All right, well, it is an 8-yard completion. 2nd and 2. Greenwood stunting on that defensive line. Fort Stockton changing the play, it looks like. 2 receivers on each side. A very high snap, and that is going to be very close to first down yardage. I believe we may have it with a handoff to the running back. But that was a high snap, and that's Nick Almendares on the run. That's a first down, 2-yard gain.
We got another man down here.
That is a Cactus Health first down. We've got an injury on the field. We'll be back in a moment with more Panther football.
Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martine and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fast Lube, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler sports. Go Blue. M&J Trucking Services supports our Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams and wants you to know that there's a locally owned and operated oilfield trucking company that can handle your vacuum truck and water hauling in the surrounding area. It's M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton, offering 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week vacuum truck and water hauling service. Contact M&J Trucking today at 290-4510. M&J Trucking, owned and operated by Martine Ibarra, proudly supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601. At Weiss Tire Pros, they've been servicing vehicles reliably for generations. They're family-owned and operated for over 35 years, and they're here to make certain your cars and trucks keep their promise to you. They're more than just tires, offering full automotive services, so they keep you focused on the road ahead. They carry all major tire brands. For whatever you drive, Weiss Tire Pros has a tire to fit your needs. With Weiss Tire Pros, they're here to help keep you safe on the road. Visit the store today in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Well, a pretty severe limp, it looks like, for our number 72 coming out of the game, J.J. Montoya. One of his ankles injured a little bit on that play. We hope he's okay. It's first down and 10 for the Panthers at the Greenwood 43-yard line. So for the second time tonight, we are in Greenwood territory. All right, first and 10 Panthers. Last time, the timing of that play a little bit interrupted with a high snap. But here's a good snap to Diaz, a strong rush. And I tell you, that was Jerry Diaz under a lot of pressure. He unloaded it at the last minute for Sotelo, Nicky Sotelo, and it was incomplete. So I think he had to get rid of it. It affected the accuracy a little bit.
A lot of people around him. I think it's hard to see.
Yeah. So it's incomplete, second and 10. Our BBT score, 15-0. Greenwood on top in the first quarter, 4:42 to go. Panthers now in the shotgun with two receivers on each side. Fake handoff, and now a long pass downfield, and it is incomplete, intended for Nicky Sotelo. He was bracketed by two players, and really the deep defensive player had a better shot at it than Sotelo did.
Yeah, I tried to take a shot. We've hit several short passes. I think we tried to fool them, but they weren't fooled.
Third down and 10 now for the Panthers.
Well, we may be in four-down territory, so we'll see if this may be a run. I'm going to say maybe a quarterback run, try to get half of it, and then we'll see what we got.
All right, here's again Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Handles the snap with one hand, and, man, there's unloading the ball as he was in the grasp of the defender, about to be sacked. It's incomplete, but, Nicky was in the area, so it is not grounding. But it's going to be fourth down and 10.
Yeah, he did get it past the line of scrimmage and had a receiver within 7 or 8 yards of the ball. So we'll be punting.
Yep, fourth down and 10 for the Panthers now. Is that Diego punting? I believe it is.
It is. So
we've got
back out.
Run a player back onto the field at the last moment. We only had 10 out there. It's fourth and 10. It's punting time for the Panthers. Good snap. And now we've got perhaps a false start on the Panthers. We'll see. It's a false start on Fort Stockton, and that will back us up 5 more yards. It'll be fourth down and 15. And that is the first penalty assessed against the Panthers tonight, Darren. We've had one, I believe, that they declined. It's fourth and 15.
Need a big punt.
All right, 4:23 left in the first quarter. There's a bad snap over Diego's head, and Diego is going to run it, and he will be tackled at the 27-yard line. Big loss for Fort Stockton right there.
Well, it was. I tell you, that was – there's no way. I don't think he even touched it. I mean, it just sailed that time, and I think everyone's pumped up trying to make a play, and that was just way too high.
All right, so a bad snap, and that is a loss of 32 yards back to the 27-yard line for Fort Stockton. 4:08 to go in the first quarter. Greenwood on top 15-0, and now they get a great gift here from the Panthers on a bad snap on a punt. And they tackle Diego way back for a 32-yard loss. First and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Here's Greenwood faking the handoff now, looking to pass. Lots of time And the receiver.
Oh, that's fumble.
It's either a fumble or an incomplete pass. Greenwood got back on it.
No, we got it. We picked it.
Did we? Oh, yeah, we did.
We picked it up. I thought he caught it and it was slapped away.
It was Fabian Ramirez who got on top of the ball.
Wow.
But I think they're ruling it incomplete.
Well, I thought he caught it. The guy came behind him and slapped it out of his hands, but I thought he'd already taken a step.
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass by Greenwood. And now here's the handoff. And that is number 5, going to be tackled nicely there. That's Nathaniel Romero. The first time we've really had a beat on their running game, and that's either no gain or maybe 1 yard.
I think that's Adrian Ramirez did a nice job of wrapping him up and getting him on the ground.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 10. Great play by the Panther defense right there.
Well, it really was. Again, what a great play on 1st down. You know, I thought it was a fumble recovery, but did knock the ball loose.
All right, 3rd and 10 now for Greenwood at their own at Fort Stockton's 27-yard line. Here's a pass, and it is dropped by that receiver, and he's a big guy. I believe that's Beckham Whiteside, and he dropped the pass right there.
Yeah, big number 19 could not hang on to it. That's their tight end, just a junior.
He's a big guy.
He is, so it's going to be 4th and 10, and they will go for it. I think it's too far for a field goal and too short for a punt.
All right, Greenwood going for it on 4th and 10. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. They put 1 on the right in motion. Here's a quarterback back to throw. He's got a wide open guy who got behind our coverage, and he's got a touchdown.
The running back.
27 yards. Man, he came out of the backfield. We didn't cover him.
No, we picked him up late, and I tell you, it's always a dangerous play. He stays in like he's going to block, and then he took off. No one saw him till he was almost to the goal line.
All right, the extra point coming now for Greenwood as they lead the game now 21-0. And the extra point, we'll see what they do. They've got a very, odd extra point formation, kind of like a swinging gate formation. And number 13 is behind center in the shotgun. And now he passes a lateral, and then they throw a pass into the end zone by the running back, and it's good for the 2-point conversion. A lot of razzle-dazzle for a 2-point conversion. We'll be back in a moment.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change. Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a free estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591.
All right, we're back, and it's going to be Dylan Payton kicking off for the Greenwood Rangers, and we have both Nicky and Jaden Sotelo to return the kick. And here's the kick by Greenwood. It'll go to Nicky this time. Nicky takes it at the 11-yard line. Here comes Nicky Sotelo up the middle, and he is brought down at about the 27. So 17-yard return by the Panthers.
Well, we've done some things on offense. We've had a couple of nice quarterback runs and hit a few passes. But again, Greenwood staying deep over the top. They want to come up and make the tackle. They're pretty quick, and they're counting on us to make a mistake before we drive the field.
We had a couple of really pretty nice defensive plays against their running game on the last drive.
We really did.
But they bailed themselves out with that 27-yard touchdown pass. It is now 1st and 10 for Fort Stockton at the 27-yard line. Again, a high snap. And here's a completion to Jeremiah Gonzalez in the right flat. That'll be good for 2 or 3 yards.
Well, he was the running back on that play, just kind of pitched it to him, but
2-yard completion for Fort Stockton. It's now 2nd and about 8 with 2.5 minutes still to go first quarter.
Well, one is let the clock run down to 5.
2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Panthers. Our Prowlers will be in Greenwood tomorrow playing volleyball here in a noon game. JV at 11. And that was, oh my goodness, a deflection. The receiver almost caught it. It was deflected by Andrick Rodriguez of Greenwood. And then our receiver almost came and caught it on the deflection.
Yeah, Bubba had it. And I think he would have had a first down had he been able to hang on to it. But
Bubba Patino
just couldn't bring it in after the deflection. Really a great effort.
It is now 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. And we're at our own 29-yard line. 2:02 remaining in the first quarter. Greenwood on top 23-0. That's your BBT score. And now here's Jerry back to pass. And he's going to be wrapped up by Greenwood for a sack back at the 25-yard line. That'll be a -3 and a sack on Jerry. And so it'll be 4th down, punting time for the Panthers.
Well, let's hope. Let's work on our snap here and get a good snap off.
Yeah, last time we had a snap over the head of the punter, which was a disaster. Turned into a Greenwood touchdown. We lost about 32 yards on that bad snap. All right, 4th down, 13. And here is Diego Ramos to kick. And Greenwood takes the ball at the 43-yard line, and that's a good open field tackle by the Panthers. And that was number 20 on the tackle there, Adrian Ramirez. A good job there on an open field tackle.
Really was.
About a 9-yard return for the Rangers. We've got 1:14 left, first quarter. Greenwood controlling the game so far, a 23-0 lead over the Panthers. That last 2-point conversion was, a lateral pass by the kicker to a running back who threw a touchdown into the end zone to their tight end. I mean, not a touchdown, but a 2-point conversion. Here's Greenwood right up the middle, and they've not really done that much in this game so far, but that's a... Why did they already move the chains on the far side? Oh, well, I don't guess they have a chain in the back, but it's 2nd and about 3. That's a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 on the running play. Here's the quarterback back to throw. He's got a wide open receiver, and he's just right there in the perfect spot for the touchdown. And I believe that might have been Dylan Payton out of the backfield. Is that right?
It was. No, well, he's a wide receiver. And,
yeah, he is.
But, just got a step on our defender and beat him to the ball and the end zone.
So Greenwood opening this up to a 29-0 lead. Now here's the extra point. Just a regular kick this time, and now they're faking it, and the kicker will take it near the goal line. Do they rule that he's in or not? The kicker took it himself, and the Panthers tried to stop him at the goal line, and I think we have a stop on that extra point.
They're discussing it still.
They're discussing it. It is no good. So it's 29-0. Greenwood on top of the Panthers, still in the first quarter. That's your BBT score. Back in a moment.
Permian Basin Abstract Company is located at 600 West Dickinson and is available to handle all your real estate closings. They have a full-service title company and are experts at handling all the tricky parts of title work. Great customer service is their #1 goal with local manager Penny McKnight. Permian Basin Abstract has locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and the local office in Fort Stockton to serve all area West Texas counties and have all records available. Call 432-336-3301 or go by Permian Basin Abstract, corner of Monahans Highway and Dickinson Boulevard. Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
All right, we're back with more Panther football, and the Rangers kicking off again to the Panthers. This will be Dylan Payton, and we still have Nicky Sotelo and Jaden Sotelo back to return. And here is Jaden taking it at the 13-yard line. He tries to juke them there, and he gets up to about the 28. About a 10-yard return there. And so Greenwood's done a pretty good job on a return game so far in this game.
Really have. I mean, we've got decent returns, but nothing, explosive yet.
First down and 10 for the Panthers at our own 28-yard line. 27 seconds is all we have left in the first quarter, and we've got already Greenwood on top 29-0 over the Panthers with 4 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, 1 extra point kick, and 1 failed 2-point conversion. First and 10 now for the Panthers at our own 28. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the right, slot man on the right, and another high snap. I tell you, the high snap about 3 times already in this game has really thrown our timing off a bit. And that was number 20 who took the ball, Adrian Ramirez.
30, I believe.
Was it Jeremiah?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it was Jeremiah. And he is stopped for a 2-yard loss on that play.
I think that'll be it for this quarter.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter. Greenwood on top of the Panthers, 29-0. We'll be back with more Panther football in a moment.
At Cactus Health Services, they're here when you need them. On Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, the friendly staff at Cactus Health is ready to serve you from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 5 p.m. On Tuesdays, they're open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 7. Would you like to get in earlier? The Cactus Health office is open on Wednesdays from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 4:30. Whether it's a routine checkup or something more, they're here for your health. Call Cactus Health at 336-8110.
Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
All right, it is second down and about 12 for the Panthers. At our own 26-yard line, here's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. Pretty good snap this time, and that is a pass that is a little bit overthrown and incomplete. And it was intended for Alon Leyva. And I've been told that that is the correct pronunciation. It's Alon Leyva.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Well, Alan never told me that.
Third down and 12. We've been saying Allen all year, but it is apparently Alon.
Yeah. Well, there was Julian and Derek Leyva.
Okay. Third down and 12 is what we have for the Panthers at the 26-yard line. And now in the second quarter with 11:54 to go. And our scoreboard is brought to you by BBT. It's 29-0, Greenwood on top. And here's the long pass downfield by Jerry Diaz, overthrew everybody. And he was intending that pass for Nicky Sotelo. We've got a flag in the backfield.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, okay.
I think
That'll
Jerry.
be first down for the Panthers. That's a 15-yard penalty against Greenwood and an automatic first down, brought to you by Cactus Health Services.
Well, he got rid of that pretty quickly, but number 42 coming around the edge went ahead and hit him anyway. So another Cactus Health first down for the Panthers.
First down and 10. Ball at the Panther 41-yard line now. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, and he will hand it off. No, he won't. He'll keep it, and, man.
He pitched it out at the last second.
He did, to Nick Almendaris at the last moment. And I guess Nick's knee went down right at the down marker, so no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Really was. I mean, he was doing the zone read, and when he tried to pull the ball, it just fell on the ground. He was lucky. He picked it up.
Yeah.
And as he's being sacked, he flipped it forward to Nick, who was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line of Fort Stockton. 2 receivers on each side. Jerry in the shotgun. And he will have a quick pass into the flat, and it was thrown a little bit too far behind his intended receiver, Nick Almendaris, and it's incomplete. I mean, it was right there on top of him, but, you know, you got to lay those out just a tad in front of the receiver so they can catch it.
Yeah, he's trying to catch it, look ahead to see where his blocking or where the opening was, and just not quite in sync.
3rd down and 10 now for the Panthers at our own 41-yard line. Our BBT score, 29-0. Greenwood on top, and we've still got 10:57 to go here in the second. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. And here's Diaz back to throw, and he's trying to evade the defender, and that will be thrown away. That'll be an intentional grounding, I'm afraid, for Jerry Diaz. And also, Jerry is hit hard. If I'm not mistaken, this is going to be intentional grounding.
I'm not sure. I don't see the flag.
There's a flag here on the near side, but man, it was not thrown by the guy in the offensive backfield. Let's see what they call. It is a flag thrown.
It is.
It is intentional grounding by the Panthers. Yep.
Well, he got it back to the line of scrimmage, but there wasn't anybody there. He wasn't out of the pocket.
I mean, he didn't even quite get it back to the line of scrimmage, Darren.
That was pretty close.
15-yard penalty, loss of down. So it is 4th down and very long for the Panthers. We're backed up now to our 22-yard line. And 4th down and about 25 or 26.
Their punt returner is standing where the first down marker is.
Yeah. And I believe it's Diego Ramos in punt formation for the Panthers. Of course, this is the second-ranked team in the state that we're playing here tonight, the Greenwood Rangers, a very good football team. They've really not been challenged this year much except for maybe Lubbock Cooper Liberty. And here's the punt by Diego. It's taken on the run by Greenwood, and they're still going. They missed a tackle. We did, and that'll be returned all the way to the 30-yard line. That's about a 25-yard return for the Rangers, and that sets them up in really good field position.
Really nice tackle by number 10, Angel Lujan, on that play, but again, it was way downfield. He returned that. He caught that on the run and was able to get upfield quickly.
Greenwood has it at the Panther 30-yard line after a punt relatively short. About a 30-yard punt. All right, it's 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers at the 30-yard line. For the Rangers at the 30-yard line. And here's the handoff. Goes right up the middle. And Greenwood breaks the tackle. And now they're through the Fort Stockton defensive line for a touchdown. 30 yards on the run. And that's just breaking tackles, and a good job by that running back.
Yeah, I tell you, we had him wrapped up for a short gain, but really didn't have him wrapped up. We tried to arm tackle him, and he's pretty quick. But once he pulled away, he broke it to the outside for an easy touchdown.
And I believe that's Nathaniel Romero with the TD.
You are correct, sir.
30 yards. So this makes it 35-0 Greenwood here in the second quarter, and they're going to try the extra point. Conventional extra point, and they will put it up, and it's good. And it's now 36-0. The Greenwood Rangers over the Panthers in the second period. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
Fort
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and Jerky Preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton.
And Darren, you know, this looks like a year that really belongs to Greenwood. They are having a great year. Here's Nicky Sotelo taking it at the Panther 9-yard line, and he will be stopped around the 22, so about a 14-yard return. But again, Darren, you know, they're undefeated, and you know, nobody's really come close to them this year except Lubbock Cooper Liberty had a close game with them for a little while. But they're having a great year, you have to say. You have to hand it to Greenwood this year. They've got a great team.
Well, they do. You know, they can run and pass and play defense.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they've got a complete team. They play with a lot of speed. And, you know, they should get at least, I'd say, 3 or 4 rounds deep.
At least. And we'll just see how they fare against those tough Eastern opponents in this 4A Division II in Region 1. That'll be the key to try to get to state. All right, 1st and 10. And here's the Panthers completing a pass in the right flat. And I believe that's to Nick Almendares. Is that right?
It is.
And
to Nick.
That's out to about the 25-yard line.
We
got another injury on the field.
Number 56.
We'll be back in a moment with more Panther football.
If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTJ Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTJ Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come stay with us at CTJ Express in Fort Stockton.
Well, Darren, we've got number 56 for the Panthers, Jose Baez, coming off under his own power. That other offensive lineman that was injured earlier is still laying down on a treatment table. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers, and we were talking, you know, one thing we do not want tonight is to get a bunch of injuries, because we've still got Monahans left next week in the regular season and the playoffs.
2nd
down and 7. We've got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's Diaz. He will hand it off to Nick, and Nick squirts through the line, and I think he's got a 1st down. That's the best run of the night for Nick Almendares. About a 10-yard gain for a Panther 1st down, brought to you by Cactus Health Services.
Really a nice job, and I like that run up the middle. Again, they've got a lot of guys deep. They're playing really prevent defense in the back end. They just don't want anything over the top. They're going to give up the short play. That was a nice run by Nick.
Yes, it was. 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers at our own 34-yard line.
And really good blocking up front by our line.
9 minutes now to go in the 2nd quarter. All right, here's the handoff. No, it's a fake handoff to Jerry, and Jerry Diaz keeps it for no gain on the play. Looked like Nick had some room outside.
Yeah, probably misread the defensive lineman. He came crashing in towards the quarterback, and I think the running back should have maybe got the handoff.
8.5 minutes to go until halftime, and it's Greenwood 36, Fort Stockton nothing. That's your BBT score. The Rangers crowd has grown a little bit, but it's not as big as I would expect for this kind of a team that they have.
I know it.
Maybe it's the weather tonight. I don't know.
Weather's beautiful.
Now it is, yeah. 2nd and 10, 2 receivers on each side. Greenwood, and there's a interception thrown by Jerry Diaz. And the return man, he's going all the way inside the 5-yard line. He'll be knocked out about the 2 or the 3. And that is intercepted by Jerry on the pass by Jerry Diaz. Greenwood will have a 1st and goal inside the 5.
Well, they did. I tell you, he was under a lot of pressure, tried to get rid of it, and threw it right to a Greenwood defender.
Yeah. It looked like number 44, Lance Richards, who intercepted that ball. It's always a great football name, isn't it? Lance?
Lance.
Yeah.
Yes.
1st and goal for Greenwood at the 2-yard line of the Panthers. That's where they knocked the return man out. 7:50 left to go. In the second quarter, Greenwood has a golden opportunity to put up another touchdown. 2 receivers on the right side. Here's a quarterback handing it off, and that running back is into the end zone, and that'll be Nathaniel Romero for a 2-yard run for a touchdown. 7:40 left in the game.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I think they've been working on some of their playoff plays, the extra points and stuff.
And our new score, 42-0, Greenwood on top, 7:40 in the second quarter. That's your BBT score. Now the kick is up and good, and it becomes now 43-0 in the first half. Greenwood over the Panthers, and we'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears? Have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
We're back with more Panther football, and Greenwood cashes in an interception, and it was all the way to the 2-yard line on the return. They punched it in for another touchdown. Nicky Sotelo has the return on the play, and he is beyond the 25 and now still driving, and his forward progress stopped about the 28-yard line, about an 18-yard return. And it is now 43-0, Darren, in the first half, with still half of this second quarter left, and that's, pretty unbelievable score at this point.
Of course, it's very, they're a very good team. But, when you snap the ball over your punter's head and give them a very short field, they make a 4th and long.
Well, that's like a turnover right there.
It is, and then almost a pick 6.
Right. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers at our own 28-yard line. And here's the handoff by Jerry. It'll go, I believe that's Nick in there. Nick will gain about a yard on the play, and that's about it. We're going to look at a 2nd and 9 after that little run by Nick with 7:10 to go. We need to run some clock, I would say.
We need to run some clock. We don't need to get hurt in this game.
No, I mean, we've had one offensive lineman still being treated on the table over there. I think there's a second offensive lineman sitting down by him, and they're evaluating him. So and they're even giving one of our offensive linemen maybe a crutch.
They are. I think he sprained his ankle. They have his left shoe off.
It is 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun and
delay of game.
Delay of game, okay. Delay of game by the Panthers. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. 6:33 left in the second quarter. Greenwood has cashed in touchdowns, 3 of them on the ground, a 76-yard run, a 30-yard run, and a 2-yard run. And in the passing game, a 15-yarder, a 27-yard pass, and a 37-yard pass, all for touchdowns. That's 6 touchdowns already, in this game for Greenwood.
It is, and, we've had some good plays, but not enough.
Okay, 2nd down and 13 after the penalty yardage marked off for delay of game. Here's Jerry Diaz, hands it off, and it is going to be a loss on the play. Man, I tell you, Greenwood defensively was right there. In fact, just as the ball was handed off to Nick, and it's back to the 19-yard line, and we lose big yardage on that play.
Well, their safety came up, number 8. He came all the way up and was doing a run blitz, and we ran right into him.
3rd and 18 now for the Panthers after the loss of 5 by Almendares. It's now the Panthers with a 3rd and 18 at our own 19-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. Diaz in the shotgun. Here's Diaz back to throw, and he is being chased again, and they just rushed 4. And here's a pass incomplete.
Close.
Yeah, it was close to being a completion. Looked like we had Bubba Patino jumping up for it, but he couldn't quite bring it in.
Yeah, that's very close. It's actually a pretty good pass. It wouldn't have been a first down, but would have picked up about 15, 18 yards.
And, Darren, we need to get a good kick here. We need to get a good punt from Diego Ramos. The wind is coming out of the south. It's blowing across the field. This is a very unusual stadium. It faces east and west. But the wind out of the south coming across the stadium. Here's Diego with the kick, and he gets it away nicely and quickly. It is taken at the 49-yard line, and that looked like a block in the back, and they did not throw a flag.
Yeah.
And, man, that looked like a block in the back to me. It's about a 15-yard return for Greenwood, and no penalty flag is thrown.
Yeah, number 24 got hit right in the back, shoved right out of the play.
Sometimes that's called, sometimes not, but usually it is called.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious to us, but they missed that one.
1st down and 10 for Greenwood at the Panther 34-yard line with 5:06 left to go in the first half, and it's 43-0 Greenwood, the number 2 ranked team in the state, dominating on the scoreboard. Here's a fake handoff. Quarterback turns the other way, and it is caught. And Greenwood will have another touchdown of 35 yards in the passing game.
Well, we had a guy went for the interception, and really he might have even got just a finger on the ball. But, we went for the interception, and then there wasn't much back there and just walked in.
That is very quick scoring.
That's quick scoring.
And I believe that was to their running back, wasn't it? Oh, no. It was Dylan Payton. Again, he's got another touchdown. And here's the extra point. It is up and good. All right, so we've got a new score of 50-0. The Greenwood Rangers are on top at before halftime at 4:52 still remaining. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Dr. Gabe Zamora, Superintendent of Fort Stockton ISD. At FSISD, we know that success begins with showing up every day. Be present and be prepared. I want to thank our parents, families, and community for supporting not just our athletes and performers, but every student and the dedicated educators who work tirelessly to help them succeed. Let's continue working together to ensure our students thrive in school and in life. Together, let's make this another great year for Fort Stockton.
Ram Country of Fort Stockton has a full-time service department. For all your vehicle needs, visit Ram Country 2603 West Dickinson. Same-day service available on most vehicles. This includes service on Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. They also have a state-of-the-art tire alignment machine. Ram Country has the top service technicians in the area, so no matter the make or model of your vehicle, they can get you back out on the road safely. Call 432-360-1055 to schedule an appointment today.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 for Triple G Supply and Services.
All right, well, we missed the kickoff return there by the Panthers. Sorry about that, but it's about a 15-yard return, and it will give us the ball at the 39-yard line in our own territory. Pretty good field position. It was a shorter kick that time, about to the 25.
It was Sebastian Nieto on the return.
All right, 1st and 10 now. Oh, for the Panthers, and here's a very high snap again. And then immediately Jerry unloaded it because we've had 4 or 5 now high snaps that are very difficult to handle and completely throw the timing off on the offense.
Yeah, that one, he just had to really, there wasn't any play developing. It was just all thrown off, and they're getting in really quickly.
2nd down and 10 for the Panthers at our own 38-yard line. 4:24 still left in this first half, and Greenwood, here's your BBT score. Greenwood leading the Panthers 50-0. Almendares switches to the other side. All right, here's a fake handoff, and here's Diaz to throw. Wide, oh my goodness, wide open for Jaden Sotelo, but he drops the ball. It was thrown a little high, but very catchable. And now there's a holding call. No, it's roughing the passer on Greenwood again, and that's the second roughing the passer call that has been charged against Greenwood tonight. That'll give us a 1st down.
Yeah, it was really a good pass. I think he was turned to see where to make his move to pick up the 1st down and then just drop the ball. But it was a great pass, honestly.
Yeah.
And then they hit Jerry anyway late.
Yeah. So it's 1st down into Greenwood territory at the 46-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 brought to you by Cactus Health Services. Quarterback in the shotgun, 3 receivers on the right side. And here's a handoff to Nick Almendares, who gets through that defensive line of Greenwood down to the 41-yard line. That's a good run for Nick Almendares.
Really was. Really a nice job. Saw a great block in the middle by Cy Rojas. He really turned that defensive lineman, and Nick cut in right behind him. So it was a great block right up the middle, and really a good, strong run by Nick.
7-yard pickup by Almendares right up the middle. It's now 2nd and 3. And Nick Almendares in the shotgun, same formation. And here's Jeremiah Gonzalez getting the run. And he is stopped right before he gets the edge. He couldn't quite get the edge around the corner that time. He might have gained a yard. They're going to actually say that he lost a yard.
Well, he had a couple of yards, and he should have just made a dive for the marker instead. After he ran sideways or maybe backwards a little bit, and ended up not being a very good play.
Well, it's 3rd and 4 now, back to the 41-yard line after the loss on the play. Around the edge by Gonzalez. We got 2 receivers on each side for the Panthers. This has got to be 4 down territory, I would think. And here's the quarterback back to throw. It's deep downfield, wide open and caught by Nicky Sotelo. Touchdown for the Panthers, 41 yards. Nicky Sotelo from Jerry Diaz.
Really a nice job that time, and Nicky's been a weapon for us the whole time. Jerry stood in, made a really nice throw, and great job by the Panthers on that drive.
And a 41-yard pass completion from Diaz to Sotelo for the score. Now the extra point by Diego Ramos is coming up. Here's Diego with the kick. And it is up, and it's good. And the Panthers now trail this game 50-7 to the Rangers, but the Panthers get the touchdown. And we'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662. West Texas Cinema is open in Fort Stockton next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10, showing the newest movies with a movie premiere once a month. Shows are Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m., and Sundays at 7 and 9 p.m., with admission prices just $10 for adults and $8 for children 12 and under. Plus, they have a full range of fresh concessions, discounts for veterans, first responders, and medical staff with ID. West Texas Cinema, local and family owned and operated at 2181 West I-10. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram at West Texas Cinema.
All right, we're back, and here's the kick by Diego, and that is going to be a deeper kick. And just as soon as the return man accepts the ball, he has to step out of bounds because of his momentum, and that would be Braden Torres who stepped out of bounds. So a good kick by Diego near the sideline. Greenwood caught it along the sideline.
Really was. Did a nice job of, probably should have let it go. I think it would have gone out of bounds.
Yeah.
But nice deep kick towards the sideline.
Beautiful pass by Jerry Diaz to Nicky Sotelo for the touchdown against Greenwood. So it's now 50-7. Greenwood on top with 2:44 left in the first half. Greenwood has the ball 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. And here's the running back. He's going to be stopped for a short gain and a sling down by the Panther tackler there. Nice job.
Yeah, I think
it's Adrian Ramirez. It's a gain of about a yard on the play.
I think you're right.
2nd down and 9 yards to go for Greenwood at their own 15-yard line. Clock is running with 2:10 now to go.
I think they're going to let it go down to the 2-minute warning.
I guess you're right. Is there a 2-minute timeout in high school football now?
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. All right, we'll be back. And we'll be back with more Panther football. 50-7, Greenwood on top. That's your BBT score.
Pepito's Cafe, which is known far and wide for its great food, is now offering something new that you'll love. Fresh, hand-cut steaks, never frozen and cooked to perfection. Yes, Pepito's now offers delicious and juicy ribeye steaks, New York strips, and filet mignons, and they're fabulous. They've added these to their wide variety of Mexican and American food. Pepito's is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. with breakfast served all day long and with a drive-through window. Look for an expansion coming soon, which will add even more services to their great customers. For orders to go, call 432-336-2882.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
We're back with more Panther football, and Greenwood has a run and just a handoff there, and it will gain maybe 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 coming up.
Well, I'm glad we got on the board. Nice job, Jerry, hooking up with Nicky
Sotelo, yeah.
Sotelo.
Yep. 3rd down and 5 now for Greenwood, and they're taking a lot of time off the clock here. Maybe they're not going to try to score here before halftime.
Well, I don't think they want us to get the ball back either if they don't pick it up right here.
Right. 3rd down and 5. And here's the fake. That is a handoff, and they will get a 1st down, and they'll run out of bounds, which will stop the clock. And that's at about the 27-yard line, perhaps. So that'll be a gain about 10 yards on that play. Greenwood gets another first down. 1 minute now remaining in the first half. Greenwood in control of this game at 50-7. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Rangers. They may try to throw one deep here. I wouldn't be surprised. The quarterback is talking to his running back. All right, now they're going to snap the ball with about 10 seconds left on the play clock. Now 8. They bring a receiver in motion. They'll hand the ball off up the middle, and that's going to be a good gain for Greenwood, but about 8 or 9 yards on that passing play. Now about 30 seconds left.
They're not going to run another play. They've been trying to milk the clock. So I think that will be it. Got
Second
some interesting
down.
scores around the
Okay.
area.
All right. Well, we'll be anxious to hear about those. 2nd and 1, and I don't think Greenwood's going to snap the ball again. I think that's going to be the end of the first half. Yes, it is. Greenwood will run to the locker room, and Greenwood has dominated the Panthers on the scoreboard here in this first half, 50-7. But the Panthers did get a little bit of momentum with the last touchdown of this half, so that's good news.
Well, we had a couple of good drives and a few good plays, but not enough.
All right, we'll be back with more Panther football at halftime. We've got the Pride of Pantherland band in just a moment.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's, or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
Looking for more ways to watch your favorite shows, sports, and movies? With BBT, it's simple. When you sign up for our Work and Play internet plan, you'll get a free Roku device and $10 in monthly streaming credits. Enjoy hundreds of channels, including popular Spanish language favorites like Univision, Unimas, and Telemundo, all with reliable local internet you know and trust. Call 800-592-4781 or order online 24/7 at bigbend.com. BBT, reliable, local, and connected.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair presents the $5 Club. Get $5 flat repairs, $5 tire rotations, $5 brake pad thickness checks, $5 vehicle unlock services, $5 vehicle jump starts, $5 computer diagnostics, and lots more. For information, call 432-242-7092 or visit them at 2709 West Dickinson. That's Alamo Tire and Auto Repair.
Panther football is brought to you on KFST by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Casilla Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Also by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
All right, Darren, we're back for the Pride of Pantherland Band, but they're way over on the other side performing. And they are about to present their 2025 contest show, Breaking Darkness, featuring soloist Valeria Palacios, Sergio Gaitan, Zoe Alvarez, and Tobias Stevenson, Adam Martinez, and Tori Munoz. Drum majors are Abril Guadian, Giselle Solis, and Gabby Pena. And we can barely hear them tonight so far, but the Greenwood Ranger Band, I should say, made a first division at contest. They'll be advancing. The Panther Band made a second division at contest last Saturday. Congratulations to them, though. That's it's a very tough contest, and a 1 means superior, 2 means excellent. So we did get excellent at that contest.
I usually got right in the 4 and 5 range. What does that mean?
That means kind of poor.
Oh, yeah, that's about right.
Well, our halftime score is 50-7. The Fort Stockton Panthers trailing in this ball game.
Yeah, but we scored last. So that's what I remember.
Yeah, that's true. We did score last on a touchdown pass to Nikki Sotelo.
And we get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
So we could score twice in a row.
Pride of Pantherland Band performing. It looks like I don't think they're executing their marching just like they did at contest. I think they're just kind of standing in a single formation there.
They're chilling out.
Yeah.
They're kind of in semi-retirement for a little bit. What's next? What kind of contest do they have next?
I think that's it for the Pride of Panther. I think you have to make a first division to advance.
You don't have like a concert season and a marching season?
Yeah, you have a concert season
that's
coming
what I'm
up.
asking.
But that's a long time away.
I don't care how long it is. I just want to know, when is that? You were a band director?
Probably March.
You know, you remind me a little bit. You ever see the movie Amadeus?
Yes.
You kind of remind me of that guy running around and laughing and
Who? You mean Mozart?
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. The guy with the white hair. That's kind of you.
I don't think so, and I'm certainly not a child genius like old Mozart was. He was great.
Our band is really, really good.
Yeah, they're very
good. And I
good.
look forward to concert season, even if it's in the very far future.
It's in the spring. But our band directors have done a great job, and so have the drum majors. The band is under the direction of Dr. Ken McSpirit and Scott Kennedy, Dwight Dodd, and David Conger. High school principal is Sammy Solis. Superintendent of schools is Dr. Gabriel Zamora. And they would like to thank their dedicated band parents and administration for their support. They competed in the UIL Region Marching Contest in Odessa last Saturday, receiving a Division II rating of excellent. And the Pride of Pantherland Band wishes the Greenwood High School Band the best of luck as they compete at area tomorrow. And that might
tomorrow.
It may be in Lubbock. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
But special thanks to Amistad Motors for their generous contributions and continued support of the Pride of Pantherland Band, and to the Desert Pines Golf Course, Walmart, and Lowe's for their contributions. So great job tonight by the Pride of Pantherland Band.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yes.
Been to some of the middle school pep rallies, and the band is really good. I tell you, they do a nice job.
At middle school?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. And your daughter is in volleyball down there, so that's great.
Volleyball and a cheerleader?
And our volleyball team is going to be in the playoffs. We play Greenwood tomorrow here at noon. Our JV White and Blue will play at 11. And just as soon as that JV Blue game is over, then the varsity will begin. It's usually a little late afternoon, but we'll have it on KFST tomorrow. And then we'll go into the playoffs. It's looking maybe like Canyon Randall, and I'm not sure what day it's going to be on next week.
Hope it's when we're in town.
Yeah. Again, our drum majors, Abril Guadian, Giselle Solis, Gabby Pena. And, maybe we did not take some of our electronic equipment tonight because of the threat of rain. I'm not sure, but that may be the case. We got some electronic equipment that might have been damaged in the rain, but actually by the time we got here, the rain had stopped and all the other storms and rain was way south of here and did not affect our game tonight, so that's really good news.
Yeah, it's just turned out to be a perfect night for football other than the score.
I'll go ahead and give the Pride of Pantherland Band members of the week. Senior trumpet, Zoe Alvarez. Freshman clarinet, Aaliyah Brooks. Freshman flute, Shyla Collins. Freshman front ensemble is Zayla Dominguez. Senior color guard, Daniela Garcia. Junior drum major, Abril Guadian. Junior tuba, Valeria Morales. Senior drum line, Naima Salazar. And freshman trombone, James Warren. How about that?
James.
That's Sam's little brother. And Sam does our camera work for our broadcast.
It's good to have one Warren with some talent. Congrats, James.
And section of the week is the saxophones. So congratulations to all those band members who are honored tonight.
I was going to guess that.
Were you?
Yes.
All of them?
I was going to guess the saxophones were. I saw them before, and they looked pretty pumped.
All right, we'll be back with more Panther football in a moment.
Your health matters. At Cactus Health Services, we believe quality health care should be accessible to everyone. That's why we offer a sliding fee program, making your visits more affordable based on your income. Whether it's a checkup, managing a condition, or preventative care, we're here for you. Call us today at 432-336-8110 to learn more, or visit us at 700 North Main Street in Fort Stockton, because your health should always come first. Cactus Health Services, caring for our community one patient at a time.
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and Jerky Preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTJ Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m. And our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTJ Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTJ Express in Fort Stockton.
Conteza Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears, have an Aerolite plane, or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Coach DJ Howell, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach at Fort Stockton ISD. On the field and in the classroom, success doesn't happen by accident. It starts with showing up, giving your best, and being prepared every single day. I want to recognize our parents, families, and community for always being in our corner. And a special thanks to the teachers and staff who put in the hard work that makes winning possible for our kids. Let's keep the momentum going and make this school year one to remember for every student, every team, in all of Fort Stockton.
Ram Country in Fort Stockton presents Warranty Forever, a warranty like no other, now covering every new Ram purchase from Fort Stockton's exclusive Ram dealer. No mileage limit, no year limit. Your new Ram is protected forever at no extra charge. Plus, Ram Country's Warranty Forever has no deductible and all parts and labor are covered. Log on to ramcountryfortstockton.com to shop online anytime. Then hurry to Ram Country and get your Warranty Forever at no extra charge.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8280 for Triple G Supply and Services. Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Hewlin Pass are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton or 611 South Oak in Pecos. They offer complete and thorough eye examinations for the whole family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, laser surgery consultation, and screenings for macular degeneration and diabetes with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment today in Fort Stockton at 336-3662 or in Pecos 445-3662.
And we're back here at J.M. King Stadium in Greenwood, Texas tonight. And we've got the Greenwood Band now performing on the field. They made a first division, and they will be advancing to the area marching contest. Let's take a look at some scores. We've got Lubbock Cooper. They defeated Wichita Falls Memorial last night, 49-42, I believe. Abilene Cooper defeated Wichita Falls Legacy, 53-24. And the San Angelo Lakeview Chiefs defeated Pecos by a score of 42-14. That was also played last night. Graham over Mineral Wells, 42-0. That's a final. Palo Duro defeated Plainview, 55-25. That's a final. And the Amarillo Sandys defeated Lubbock Coronado 79-6. That's a final. And Sanover Olney 54-14. That's a final. Albany over Cross Plains 42-0. That's a final. Stanford over Abilene TLCA 2-0. That's a final. I guess a forfeit. And De Leon, they defeated Ballinger 66-14. That's a final. Ozona defeated Colorado City 58-18. Glen Rose over Venus 70-0. That's a final. Now it's games in progress. We've got I have no score yet between Tuscola Gymnet and San Angelo TLCA. That may be delayed because of weather. Windthorst over Haskell 16-8 second quarter. We've got Cisco over Hawley 7-0 first quarter. And we have El Paso Austin 7, Riverside 7. And right here in Greenwood tonight, it's Greenwood leading Fort Stockton 50-7 at halftime. And right now, let's see. We've got San Angelo, Grape Creek, and Wall. That game is delayed at a 0-0 score. Odessa Compass Academy, 34. Crane, nothing. That's a final. And El Dorado, it says 1-0 over Van Horn. That could have been forfeited as well. Let's see. A delayed game between Canyon West Plains and Canyon Randall. Lamesa, 35. Kermit, nothing at halftime. Abernathy, 41. Floydada, 8 at halftime. And we've got Dalhart and Amarillo River Road, 0-0 in the first quarter. Canadian, 51. Tulia, 6, third quarter. Amarillo Caprock, 21. Lubbock, nothing at halftime. We've got Muleshoe, 14. Slayton, 12 at halftime. Levelland, 19. Perryton, 14 at halftime. And Idalou, 42. Littlefield, nothing at halftime. Abilene and Amarillo Tascosa is delayed at 0-0. Post, 14. New Home, 13, third quarter. Seagraves, 41. Smyer, 6, third quarter. Dumas, 28. Hereford, 3, third quarter. Lubbock Estacado, 38. Borger, nothing, second quarter. Morton over Crosbyton, 36-6, third quarter. Tahoka, 21. Plains, nothing, third quarter. Clyde, 6. Sweetwater, nothing, second quarter. Andrews, 14. Big Springs, 7 in the third quarter. And we've got Denver City leading Brownfield 24-0, third quarter. Sonora and Reagan County is delayed at 0-0. Hamlin, 14. Miles, nothing at halftime. Shallowater, 21. Bushland, 7 in the third quarter. Forsan, 7. And Cristoval, nothing at halftime. Seminole Indians, 47. Snyder Tigers, 7 at halftime. And Wink is 49. Sterling City, nothing, third quarter. Westbrook, 48. Highland, nothing, and that's a final. And here's another final. Menard over Nueces Canyon, 63-12. And at halftime, Canyon leading Pampa, 20-0. We have Merkel, 14. Stanton, 3, first quarter. Ira Ann, 28. McCamey, 13, second quarter. Coleman, 7. Heiko, nothing, first quarter. Breckenridge, 12. Comanche, nothing. That's delayed. Hamilton, 27. Bangs, 14 at halftime. Junction, 47. DeHanis, nothing, and that's a final. Ingram Moore and Marion are tied 33-33, fourth quarter. Dublin and Eastland tied 7, second quarter. Brady and Early are delayed at 0-0. And we've got Alpine 21, Anthony nothing, third quarter. Brownwood 38, Burnett 7. That's a final. We have Wolforth Friendship 16, Odessa 6 in the first quarter. And we have Midland and San Angelo Central. It's a delayed game at 0-0. We have Fort Davis 20, Sanderson 18, second quarter. Garden City 40, Buena Vista 8 at halftime. Odessa Permian 28, Midland Legacy 17. Wow, that would be an upset. That's in the second quarter if that goes through. Rankin Red Devils 56, Marfa nothing, final. And Borden County 29, O'Donnell 0, halftime. And it's Balmorhea over Grand Falls. Is this right? 28-0, third quarter. Wow. All right, Darren, those are the scores that I have.
Yeah, there's some interesting scores. Look, we knew there'd be some weather delays because that storm was east of here and tracking east across the big country.
Yeah, and it went south of here mainly, although they did get some rain here early in the day. All right, Greenwood band looks really good out there, and they're advancing to the area contest in Lubbock, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll take another break, and we'll be back. And, Darren, I've got some halftime stats for you. Back in a moment.
West Texas Cinema shows the latest and best movies in Fort Stockton at Fort Stockton's Movie Theater next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10. It's locally owned and family operated with shows every weekend with the freshest concessions. The theater is also available for rent for private conferences and meetings. Call for more information at 432-943-0131. Remember, there's a new movie premiere once a month. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram at West Texas Cinema. Pepito's Cafe in Fort Stockton is known far and wide for its great selection of authentic Mexican food and fabulous American food. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Go by and sample Roy's Big Burger or any selection from the varied menu like tortas, tan pequeñas, shrimp cocktails. And they also have mango margaritas and strawberry margaritas. And they feature drive-through window service with breakfast served all day.
and look for an expansion soon to serve their customers even better. Pepito's Cafe, 2014 West Dickinson. Call 336-2882.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
All right, Darren, here's what I have as far as stats are concerned in the first half, right before we kick off the second half. I've got Fort Stockton with 7 first downs, Greenwood with 10. We had 15 rushes for minus 17 yards on the ground. Of course, that big, 32-yard loss on that snap over the head was part of that loss.
That doesn't help, does it, to
no.
your stats?
And then Greenwood, 11 rushes for 168 yards with no fumbles, none lost. We were 7 of 14 passing for 93 yards with a touchdown, I believe. And then, 41-yard touchdown. Greenwood was 8 of 11 for 159 yards, no interceptions. And I believe they had 3 touchdowns on the ground and 3 touchdowns through the air, 4 touchdowns through the air. So Greenwood doing a pretty good job in that first half, obviously leading this game 50-7 at halftime. But the Panthers got the, we got the first touchdown of the game against Seminole.
Yes.
But tonight we do get the last touchdown of the second half against Greenwood. So how about that?
Yeah, there you go. And we get the ball to start the, we're going to have, we're going to have to work our program. It's got a ways to go to play with the big boys because Greenwood is really, really good. Top 2 or 3 in the state, I'm sure.
Yeah, they really are. And, I don't know how you compare them with Seminole, Darren, but I think they're probably going to be able to beat Seminole next week. I'm not sure, but, no one ever knows till the matchup occurs. But that is Nicky Sotelo taking the kickoff return and returning it for about 17 yards.
Well,
and,
I think the difference is going to be that both teams are very good. I think Seminole's passing game may be just a little bit better, but it's a short passing game, and I think Greenwood's running game is much better than Seminole's. I think the balance for Greenwood gives them an advantage.
Probably so. But that's going to be a great ball game next week.
Certainly is. And
first, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Certainly, Seminole matches up physically because they've got such big guys on the line.
First down and 10 now for Fort Stockton at our own 28-yard line as we get the first possession of the second half. We've got 2 receivers on each side. Here's the handoff. And that goes really nowhere for Nick Almendares, I believe, and that's a loss of a yard.
Well, and,
second down and 11 for the Panther offense as we get the second half underway. And we've avoided the rain and any lightning here. It's been a very pleasant evening and kind of a cool evening. And you know what? We've got a large crowd here tonight. Here's a completed pass to Jaden Sotelo up the left side, and he's going to have enough yardage for a first down. That'll be a 10-yard pickup for Sotelo on the catch and the run after the catch. That's a nice job.
Really is. I think we got a couple of our linemen that are not suited out for the second half. I see number 62 doesn't have his jersey on.
Well, we did have a couple of injuries in that first half. And there is a ball that Jerry has to throw away. And really, Jaden Sotelo wasn't expecting it at all. He was on a blocking assignment on one of the defenders, and he wasn't expecting the ball. But that's an incomplete pass, and that is because Diaz was just under a lot of pressure very quickly.
Yes, they were on top of him. And let's see if we can make another big second down play.
Second down and 10 for the Panthers at our own 39-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. 10:46 left in the third. Here's a pass out to the other side, and it'll be to Nick Almendares. Nick tries to cut it back but can't. He's got about a 2-yard gain perhaps on that pass completion. And it'll bring up, well, we'll call it a 3-yard gain. We lost yardage on the first play. So 3rd and 8 coming up after a 3-yard gain by Almendares on the pass completion. And we look toward the sideline for the play. And we do need to run some clock in this second half. We've got 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun formation. Had some trouble with the snaps a little bit. Here's a pump fake. And now a long pass thrown downfield and just a little bit to the outside of the intended receiver, Cedric Lopez, and it's incomplete.
I like the play, pump fake, and really, I think he led him out of trouble to the sideline where it was our receiver make the catch or nothing, and really just couldn't quite catch up with the ball.
So it's 4th down and 8 now for Fort Stockton. And punting time for Diego Ramos. Number 20 is back to return the ball for Greenwood. That's Noah Rivas. And here's the kick, and it angles away from that return man. And Fort Stockton will down it at about the 29-yard line.
Well, we did pick up 1 first down on that drive.
That is right. All right, 9:42 to go, second quarter. It's Greenwood 50, Fort Stockton 7. We'll see if they continue to play all of their starters with this big lead. I anticipate they'll play them 1 or 2 possessions perhaps.
I think you're right. I think they will, but maybe not. I don't think I see their starting quarterback out there or their starting wide receiver. So these are backups.
Now, these are backups already in the game for Greenwood at some of their skill positions for sure. All right, 1st down and 10. Here's the handoff, and that is a nice tackle by Fort Stockton. That was Roy Marcus, man. He was all over the running back for a loss on the play of 1.
Yeah, he did a nice job coming down the line from the defensive end, came right across and was able to wrap him up for a loss.
Loss or no gain. I guess they're going to call it no gain for Greenwood instead of a loss. So it's 2nd and 10. And we've got college football tomorrow on KFST AM 860. The Longhorns take on Mississippi State. Broadcast at 2, kickoff at 3:15. Here's the handoff, goes up the middle for the Rangers. And that is a nice gain. That's first down yardage. They got about 11 on that running play right up the middle.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I tell you, he was able to spin out of a couple of tackles and make the extra yardage for a first down.
And I believe it's the Aggies on the FM tomorrow, KFST FM, taking on Louisiana State University, LSU. And that is at LSU. I think the broadcast begins at 5, kickoff at 6.
That'll be a very interesting game. They've got a great rivalry.
1st and 10. Here's the fake handoff. Quarterback will keep it, and he's got big yardage. He's got a first down and way more. Lots of speed down the sideline. Nobody can knock him out of bounds. And he's got a first down.
A touchdown.
A touchdown of 69. Make that 59 yards. A 59-yard TD. Wow. And I believe that that was number 23.
It was.
Andrick Rodriguez, who is just a sophomore. How about that?
I don't think that's a very good effort. I think we weren't very aggressive trying to push him out and allowed him to get into the end zone.
All right, and here is the extra point try by the Rangers now. That kick is up, and it hits the goalpost on the right side and bounces back down and is no good. All right, so the score remains at 56-0, 56-7, I should say. Greenwood leading. We'll be back in just a moment.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
Looking for more ways to watch your favorite shows, sports, and movies? With BBT, it's simple. When you sign up for our Work and Play internet plan, you'll get a free Roku device and $10 in monthly streaming credits. Enjoy hundreds of channels, including popular Spanish language favorites like Univision, Undimas, and Telemundo, all with reliable local internet you know and trust. Call 800-592-4781 or order online 24/7 at BigBend.com. BBT, reliable, local, and connected.
All right, Darren. Well, Greenwood starts the second half much like they played the first, and they got a 59-yard run, a big play by a backup quarterback who is a sophomore, Andrick Rodriguez, and an outstanding play by him down the left sideline, but we were not able to push him out of bounds or tackle him.
No, I think we thought he was going to go out or ease up or something, and just really didn't make a good play on him.
All right, Fort Stockton will have the ball to start this drive at the 30-yard line. 56-7 is our score. Greenwood on top. They did fail on the extra point. The extra point hit the goalpost on the right side and bounced back down into the end zone. Darren, if you get any interesting scores, let us know. But Seminole is big time ahead of Snyder, right?
They really are. Yeah, they were up by 40, I think, something at half.
All right, first down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Oh, it's another bad snap, and this one goes way over the head of Jerry Diaz. He wisely picks it up, but it's intercepted by Greenwood at the 40-yard line. And wow, Jerry Diaz, I mean, we've had high snaps all night long, and that is about the 5th or 6th one. And, of course, we also had a high snap on a punt, which cost us a loss of 32. But that one, just a really high snap. No way Jerry could control that. He does a great job, I think, of just getting back there to pick it up and throw it downfield. But, unfortunately, it's intercepted.
Well, and our receiver had a shot at it, just a freshman, and they made a better play on it because they had him double-teamed. But not a bad play by Jerry.
All right, it's first down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line of the Panthers. Here's the quarterback, that sophomore, throwing it out to the left flat, and that one is incomplete. And I believe we're playing with a running clock because that the clock should have stopped on an incomplete pass, but it did not. So second and 10, ball at the 40-yard line.
I believe you are correct.
Second and 10, and 56-7 score. It's the Panthers trailing the Greenwood Rangers. They've got 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, 2 running backs this time. And here's the handoff, and that is another big run for a first down. And Greenwood just keeps on going inside the 30-yard line to about the 27. That'll be another first down for the Rangers.
Another team out here I think that's really, really good is Idalou. Idalou, I think, beats Shallow Water handily, and Shallow Water's not bad.
Yeah, Idalou's a decent team. And Greenwood just picked up 22 yards on that play for a first down. All right, it's first and 10 now for the Rangers. Ball at about the 18-yard line of the Panthers. They're in the red zone. 3 receivers on the right side. Looked like they might have moved a little bit, but here's the running back taking the ball. This will be a gain of about 3 or 4.
I'm looking your upset pick. Clyde is leading Sweetwater now 13-0 in the second quarter, and you said they might upset them.
Yeah, but I picked Sweetwater.
See,
that's the deal. But I said that Clyde could very well. I thought, and I should have just picked Clyde. Is what I should have.
You should have. You're not in first. You should have done that.
I know it. Second and 7.
Andrews now leading Big Springs 21-7. That was a 7-7 game at halftime.
Who is leading?
That's Andrews over Big Spring.
What, 21-7?
Yes.
All right, 2nd down and 7 now for the Greenwood Rangers. They split 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, single running back. Quarterback in the shotgun, and that is a good defensive play by the Panthers that time. Let's see, who is the guy who got in there first?
I missed it.
And it's, again, I think it's Marcus. He's had a good defensive game.
Doing a nice job. Gonna
3rd
be a
down
big,
and 7.
Big 3rd down. Big 3rd down. That was another play. When we had 4th and 10 and we gave up a 26-yard touchdown, running back was able to sneak out, and he's fast. And we couldn't find him or catch him.
It's 3rd down and 7 now for the Rangers. I believe we're playing with a running clock here in this second half right now, so the game will very likely end early tonight. But we've got 3rd down and about 7 or 8 for Greenwood. A rush put on by the Panthers, and that is a completed pass to a tight end, number 81 there, Jonathan Coronado. He's a junior. And that will be very close to first down yardage.
They're going to kick a field goal, though, at
All
4th
right.
down and about 3, I think, 2 or 3.
Got a 5-yard pickup that time. And now we got 4th and 2 for Greenwood. They're going to try a 25-yard field goal, 26-yard field goal by the Rangers with 3:40 to go in this quarter, in this 3rd quarter. And here's the kick, and it is high. It's short. It is no good. It is a little short. We'll be back with more Panther football in a moment.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair at 2709 West Dickinson now offers the $5 Club. If you can't afford to pay oil field prices, they've created the $5 Club, which allows average families to access affordable vehicle maintenance and repairs. Besides the deeply discounted rates and many no-charge services, the biggest value is a 25% discount on the posted shop labor rate. Call 432-242-7092.
All right, the ball changes hands now after a missed field goal by Greenwood, 26-yard miss. It was just a little short, maybe a yard or 2 is all, but they did miss it, so the clock starts running again. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Panthers now. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's a handoff going to Jeremiah Gonzalez, I believe. And Jeremiah is up to about the 25-yard line, maybe the 26, so that'll be a 6-yard pickup by Gonzalez.
Nice run. Good blocking up front.
2:50 now remaining in the 3rd quarter with Greenwood leading 56-7. That's our BBT score in this ball game. We've had really outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Loop tonight. A 41-yard pass from Jerry Diaz to Nicky Sotelo for our only touchdown. That was our M&J Trucking scoring play in our M&J Fast Loop outstanding play. And now we've got a nice run. And that was Jeremiah Gonzalez again for about a 7-yard pickup for a first down for Fort Stockton. That is brought to you by Cactus Health Services. Outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Loop.
He's going to be a good running back. He's just a sophomore. We got a couple of sophomores, I think. Jeremiah and Nicky Sotelo are both sophomores, and they're good ball players.
Yeah,
We got some good skill players coming back.
And for what I understand, we have a pretty good 8th grade team.
We do, and I think May is a freshman.
Yes, May is a freshman.
He's going to be a good player for the Panthers.
And he plays. He's played quarterback and receiver, I think. 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Here's the handoff to Jeremiah Gonzalez. This time he's going to be stopped for no gain around the right side.
I think Coach Howell's son is the quarterback on that 8th grade team.
Oh, really?
And he might have hurt his arm or something. He may have missed the last game. I'm not sure.
Well, it's 2nd down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. We'll be back in Greenwood tomorrow. I will be for the volleyball game at noon against the Rangerettes. And that's our final regular season district game, but the Prowlers will be going into the playoffs. The Panthers will be going to the playoffs too. With that victory over Snyder, I think that pretty much assures it.
That shares us fourth, and if we beat Monahans, we'll move up to third.
Yeah. All right, here's a handoff to Jeremiah Gonzalez again, and he had a real nice cutback to make about 9 yards there and very close to first down yardage.
Really did a nice job that time. Instead of trying to run all the way sideways, he dipped under the tackle and made 2 or 3 extra yards. Great play by him.
So we will probably go for it on 3rd and 1 here.
I think the clock will run out here maybe.
In our own territory at the 44-yard line.
Maybe not.
Well, we'll see what we decide to do here on 3rd and 1. Is it 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1? If it's 3rd and 1, well, sure.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 1.
All right, we're good. 3rd down and a yard. And here's the fake handoff, and now Jerry Diaz will take it himself around the right side.
And he's going to be short.
I tell you what, they knocked him out a little bit short. It is maybe just inches short, but it's 4th down. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Greenwood on top, 56-7. We'll be back in a moment.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenidos Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenidos nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenidos open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
All right, Darren, we're back for the 4th quarter now, and it's Greenwood on top of the Panthers, 56-7. And we've got a 4th down and 1 for Fort Stockton here. We've got a slot man to the left, 2 wide receivers. Oh, another bad snap. And, man, I tell you, the snaps have just killed us tonight. We have had so many that have been off the mark. And Jerry has just been chasing those snaps all night long, and that's going to turn it over to Greenwood.
Well, it was, but, the play was on 3rd down. We think we lost track of down and distance there because we could have easily picked up that first down with just dive forward for it.
And, we're going to have to work on our snaps.
Well, we have. I think, we've had some that are a little bit high.
1st down and 10 now for the Greenwood Rangers at the Panther 44-yard line. Shotgun formation for their quarterback, and they hand it off. It's another good defensive play by the Panthers on a promising play that, for Greenwood, but Fort Stockton had a good tackle on that one for really no gain on the play.
Really nice job. Jonathan Bueno, who I think missed some games earlier, he's back in playing some defense. So we are getting healthier in some spots, so good to have him back. And he made a great tackle that time.
Sure hope those offensive linemen that went down to injury tonight are okay, because we need them for the Monahans game.
Yes, we do.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 44-yard line, but Monahans is coming up a week from tonight at home. That'll be a big game. Should be a big crowd. We hope there is. And here's another great play. Mark is in on that one, along with number 20, Adrian Ramirez. Great job there for no gain on the play.
And his helmet popped off, so he'll have to, number 34 will have to come out of the game for a play.
3rd down and 10. 10:23 and counting down in this ball game. We're in the 4th quarter now, 56-7. Panthers trailing in this game. That's your BBT score. Rangers and Seminole Indians next week on Halloween night.
Ooh.
Just as we'll be playing Monahans on Halloween. Here's a rush by the Panthers. There's a flag coming in on the far side on a completed pass.
Their linemen were downfield. They had 2 of them downfield about 5 yards.
Yep. You're right. That's exactly what the call is. Illegal man downfield. It's a 5-yard penalty. And we'll repeat third down.
I'm not sure why we didn't maybe take that play because it's going to be 4th and long.
It's third down and about 15 now for the Rangers. Back at the 49-yard line in Panther territory. Clock continuing to run. 56-7, our score with Greenwood on top. Greenwood's played very sportsmanlike in this game in the second half, I'd say.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. It's smart.
It's very smart. You save your starters for another day.
Well, you get everyone ready for the playoffs.
Sure. All right, here's Greenwood keeping the ball now, and the quarterback is hit after about a 6-yard pickup.
And I like what they did early. Work on some of your trick plays, your extra points, your onside kick. I think they had a really smart game plan as they prepare for the playoffs.
Well, Coach Howell was, and there's an injury on the Panthers, and we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Amistad Motors in Fort Stockton specializes in the sales and service of new and pre-owned vehicles. They deal in sport utility vehicles, cars, convertibles, sedans, wagons, and minivans. The dealership service department caters to the basic service needs of vehicles and stocks genuine parts and accessories. They also have a finance department that offers assistance with payment calculations and a variety of financing and leasing options. Amistad Motors, located at 2110 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
This is Dakota Live Safe for the Pecos County State Bank. In West Texas, integrity is a way of life. We stand by our friends. We are true to our word. Easy or hard, we do the right thing. At Pecos County State Bank, you will find honest, hardworking, friendly people you can trust. You will find integrity, a West Texas institution since 1928. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
All right, very fortunately there, Nicky Sotelo gets up under his own power, walks off under his own power. Looks like he's okay. Sure hope he is. And just like we hope all of our injured players are going to be all right. We've got a 4th down and 8 coming up for the Greenwood Rangers at the Panther 42. Looks like they may go for it with 8:35 and counting.
I bet they punt it.
Left in this ball game. 56-7, Greenwood on top, and they have been in control the whole way here this evening with a very good team, ranked number 2 in the state.
Nicky's just got a cramp. I see him stretching him out, and Greenwood will punt it.
Yes, they are going to punt on 4th and 8. And now, what are they going to call a timeout?
They're going to take a delay of game.
Okay.
I think they want a little bit better angle on this punt because it was right around the 40.
Yeah.
So this will, again, I think they're practicing on all of their plays.
Well, this is a very good game called by Greenwood tonight in all aspects, and very sportsmanlike too here at the end. And they're working on a lot of different things.
I like it. They tried to score 100 points in the first half, which I liked. That's what you work on. But in the second half, they've brought in their backups.
4th down and about 13. Oh, and there's a motion call against Greenwood. Just a tad. Number 25.
I think he was going to catch the punt. He was all the way down the field, and so
Braden Torres, he took off, and that's another 5-yard penalty against Greenwood. 4th down and 20 now for Greenwood. 7:22 left in the game.
They're not running the clock now. I think all of the clocks are stopped.
Okay, it's 4th down and 20, about 20 for Greenwood. They'll back up and punt the ball here from about their own. That's where the punter standing at his 31. Line of scrimmage, the 48-yard line in Greenwood territory. And we've got, who is that? Is that Diego Ramos to return the ball? It looks like it. I don't know. I think we're going to let it die. Oh, that bounced into Fort Stockton. Greenwood hit it first, And I think that's where they're going to mark the ball down because that's Diego losing the ball. He was hit hard.
Wow.
And lost the ball, and I think we recovered. But
we did. Number 32 was able to make the recovery.
But I think what the deal was, Greenwood hit the ball first, and that's where they threw the flag down at about the 15-yard line. Yeah, and I think that's where it'll be downed, won't it?
No, what happens, I believe, is if Greenwood touches the ball, then we can pick it up and run, and no matter what happens, even if our guy fumbles, it's still our ball. So, we can advance it if they touch it. We could, I've seen a guy pick the ball up and another guy run up and grab it out of his hand and take off because until they whistle and give it to the official.
Well, it's a penalty against Greenwood, and I'm not sure what the penalty was.
It might have been on the hit.
It could have been interference with the ability to field the ball. I don't know.
Let's see what the.
Well, now they're marking something against Fort Stockton.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I don't think it was a penalty. Maybe he signaled fair catch and then took off.
Okay. Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, they're going to mark off a 5-yarder against Fort Stockton back to about the 15-yard line.
I believe you're correct.
First down and 10, Fort Stockton at the 15-yard line. Jerry Diaz, I believe, still in at quarterback. We've got 2 receivers on each side. And here's the handoff, goes to Nick Almendares, and he will not have much. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Nick has been hit a lot tonight.
Well, he has. I've been elbowed 2 or 3 times myself. And
maybe was it Sam?
Sam Warren.
All right, second down and about 10 for the Panthers. It's Jerry Diaz in the shotgun, and he will hand it off again to Almendares, trying the edge. And he does get better yardage out beyond the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and he'll gain about 8 on that play. Nice run by Nick.
Really is.
6 minutes to go in the ball game. Greenwood on top 56-7.
Well, so some of these you can see what we were looking at numbers earlier. These schools with giant enrollments are winning our district.
That is true, yes. Greenwood, now what did you say Greenwood's enrollment was? About 900 or a little under 900?
Yes, it was.
And Seminole is almost 900 as well.
They're both around 900 something.
And here is Jerry Diaz with a run for a first down. He's got the keeper up to the 31-yard line. And that's a nice first down brought to you by Cactus Health Services.
I might even pull Jerry out at this point and just be, our big game is next week.
Yes, it is.
Win, and then we got a week to get healthy and get ready for probably Estacado, I think.
Probably. And here's the deal, Darren. If we win next week, we're 3rd place in the district. If we lose next week, we'll be 4th.
You're correct. So, we'll be tied for 3rd, but lose on the tiebreaker.
Yes.
Well, no, I guess no, you're right. We'll be just 4th.
Yeah, because Monahans has a win over Snyder.
That's right. Not a very good one. Not like ours.
No, I understand.
They won by 3 or 4.
Well, let's just beat Monahans and get it over with.
Oh, let's kill them.
Yeah.
Let's win by 59.
That is a first down for the Panthers right there, brought to you by Cactus Health on about a 5-yard run. First down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. 4:26 and counting now down in the ball game. We're in the 4th quarter already here in Greenwood with a 56-7 score.
Reagan picked Balmoraine. They're going to win. We should have let him change it. We let him. Oh, man.
First down. Did we not let him change it?
No, we didn't let him change it, and he's going to get it right.
Here's Jeremiah Gonzalez is going to be stopped for a loss on the play of about 2 yards.
Well, we're under 4 minutes.
We've had fewer negative plays in this second half, but our offense just hasn't been clicking tonight very well against this tough Greenwood defense.
Well, like I said, they really have a lot of talent. They're I'm not sure who's up there, but they'll be. I'm not There's some great teams out just west of Dallas, like I think they might have to play a team like Springtown in maybe
Glen Rose, Decatur. Those teams over there, some of them are very, very good.
There's a penalty.
Against Fort Stockton, a 5-yarder. I think the officiating's been pretty good here tonight.
It has.
3:52 left in the ball game now, 56-7, Greenwood on top.
It seemed like all year the only bad official we had, I hate to mention names, but, when Jesse did that game, he wasn't very good. But all the other ones are pretty.
He didn't do a game for
I think
us.
he did a preseason
Did he?
game. I think
No.
he did. Yeah, I think he did.
Darren is just joking, Jesse. Don't sue him. All right, here's a handoff, and is that Nick still in
Nick.
the game?
Yes,
okay.
it is.
It's a nice little run up the middle by Nick Almendares for about 7 yards. Second down and 8 now after he recovers that penalty yardage plus 2 more.
Plus 2.
Yep.
We got a senior number 70, Brian Escobedo, in on the offensive line.
And you know what? We've got that volleyball game tomorrow, but Darren, our volleyball girls presented us with a couple of signed volleyballs on Tuesday night. That was really nice.
Yeah, that would never happened before. It was really nice. Brought us out and introduced us and gave us that volleyball.
That's pretty cool. Here's Jeremiah Gonzalez. He's to the 49-yard line in Greenwood territory. That'll be a first down.
I think Jeremiah, he's got a lot of speed and moves. Maybe add about 5 or 10 pounds, get a little bit bigger and stronger next year. He's going to be a very good running back for us.
Yeah.
And
okay, we're down to the 49-yard line in Greenwood territory with under 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game, with Greenwood on top 56-7. That's your BBT score. Cactus Health Services first down right there. And here's the handoff to Nick Almendares coming to the left side. And Nick will gain 4, maybe 5. Got a pretty good spot on that one, 5-yard gain.
Another starter, number 65, Christian Gonzalez. He's a 6'2", 280-pound sophomore. So he's getting a chance to play, and we're at the 2-minute warning.
All right, a 2-minute warning. We'll be back in a moment.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson. And we're back. It's second down and 5. Ball at the Greenwood 44-yard line. And the Panthers with 1:57 and counting left in the game. And here's a handoff that it'll only gain a yard. Forward progress to the 43 and 1 yard, and that's it right there. Greenwood tough in the middle on defense that time.
Really have been. Seminoles beating Snyder 68-7. Halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, Greenwood's been very sportsmanlike. I thought Seminole was less so when we played them.
I agree.
And I think they just do what they do, which is a very pass-heavy offense, and that's just what they do.
Well, I thought they left their starters in a hair longer than they probably should have.
Well, there's Nick Almendares trying to stutter step and find a path. He was going to think about a cutback run, but he only got a yard out of it.
We're down about the last play or 2.
Yeah.
Odessa Permian leading Midland Legacy 34-31, and that is at halftime. That's going to be an interesting game to watch.
Halftime? Okay.
That is a halftime score.
Wow. And there have been some delayed games tonight. There's going to be some late scores coming in tonight because of all the weather to the southeast of here.
Once again, you are correct.
4th down and 5. And the Panthers in the shotgun. And Jerry thought about throwing it. Now he's going to run it up the middle for a first down. And down to about the 32-yard line. A nice gain there. 12-yard pickup for Jerry Diaz. A Panther first down. That is an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube.
We're going to try to...
And a first down brought to you by Cactus Health.
And that's the ball game.
That's going to be it. The Panthers will have a final. It's Greenwood winning over the Panthers 56-7. Greenwood improves to 8-0 on the season, 2-0 in district. Fort Stockton, we fall to 5-4 and 1-2 in district, and we've got one regular season game remaining against the Monahans Lobos next week in Fort Stockton. Go Panthers! Let's show up and let's really have a great game against Monahans, and let's win that one and get 3rd place in our district race.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back in a moment with more Panther football.
The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Ira. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600. Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos, serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties. You'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land, serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management, located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
Attention Fort Stockton, the deal you've been waiting for is here at K-Bob Steakhouse. It's the 2 for $20 special. Pick your starter. How about the famous chips and queso or crispy fried pickles? Then pair it with an entree like the savory Philly sandwich, southern catfish platter, or juicy chicken strips. Every entree comes with a side, baked potato, golden fries, or fresh green beans, all for $20. Hurry into K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton for the deal that's big on flavor but easy on your wallet. See y'all soon.
All right, a very sportsmanlike Greenwood team here tonight, I think, Darren. They only threw one pass in the entire second half, put backups in for the entire second half, I think. Maybe one drive, I don't know. But 56-7, the Greenwood Rangers defeat the Panthers tonight. Played with mostly a running clock in the second half. They wound up with 334 yards of total offense. We wound up with 162. and I'll tell you about it. We had, even in first downs at 12 apiece. Because we did get a few first downs in that second half. We had 30 rushes for 55 yards, and that recovers, some of that negative yardage we had with the high snaps and so forth, and sacks. They had 22 rushes for 275 yards, no fumbles and none lost. We were 9 of 20 passing for 107 yards with 1 interception. So just 1 turnover. Oh, there were 2. 2 turnovers in this game is all we had. So Greenwood, I think 8 of 12 passing for 159 yards. But Greenwood had, very balanced and even scoring and also stats in the game, both running and passing the ball.
Well, first play they went 76 yards for a touchdown, and then second time they had the ball, they went the same distance. It was brought back by a penalty. But, yeah, you know what? They're a very explosive team, well coached, and they do a nice job.
All right, so congratulations to Greenwood Rangers. They win it over the Panthers 56-7. Now we need to turn all of our focus to the Monahans Lobos next week. We have every single time we've been kind of blown out by a good team, we've recovered the next game and had a really good game, and I expect the Panthers to do the same thing next week.
I think we played this game looking towards Monahans, and I think that's been our focus, and we're going to play really well next week.
I sure hope so, and let's all be there and back our Panthers. Well, that's going to wrap it up from Greenwood tonight, and this is Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges saying good night from Greenwood. You've been listening to Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and on KFST's YouTube page. Panther football has been brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm Insurance, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football has also been brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance and Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Thanks for tuning in for Panther Football.